There we go. Thank you.
Can you do the 2.5? Or no?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, okay. Got places to be, people to see.
No, I just got places to be. I have a life. Shock horror.
Or oh my god, I'm not used to this type of Mars, man.
It's crazy.
How's it? Yeah, how's everything going though, bro? Everything cool? How was the panel?
Um, I didn't say much. Mookie came in with his best attempt of being ticket. I guess that was interesting. Um,
That's him. That's actually him.
we didn't speak much about basketball, to be honest. It was just about Kawhi and load management. So not my type of show.
I got you. I got you. Yo, let me because I seen towards the end of it, right? You're kind of so. What's your take about Joel Embiid getting ejected from the game?
He should have got ejected.
And what about Nick Claxton? Do you think he should get any disciplinary actions?
He should have got a tech.
Did he get a tech?
He got a tech later in the game for taunting,
Hmm.
but he didn't get a tech for that.
He didn't
So
get a tech for that moment right there.
mm,
Yeah, so I disagree with that. Do you think he should have got a tech?
yeah.
Okay. Because I don't like that, right? Because stuff like that is very
Oh,
disrespectful.
he did get a tech for that. Oh, I'm
He
cooked.
got.
See, there we go. I'm happy with what happened. Besides the Embiid should have got ejected.
You think B should have got ejected for kicking him in the nuts?
Yes.
I'm not even gonna lie. Nah, I'm fine with it, bro.
You kick someone in the nuts, I think you should get ejected. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that should be a hot take. I mean,
Nah, it's just certain things like just
James
very.
Harden got ejected for much less.
It's just certain things is very disrespectful, right? So it's like when somebody does something disrespectful to you, it's like come on, bro. They got to get the burner for that.
That's fine. I'm not saying Embiid shouldn't have done what he did. I'm saying he done what he did and he should have had the right consequences for what he did, which is an ejection.
Nah,
If
that
you feel disrespected and you then take matters into your own hands to rectify that disrespect, that's all good. Do what you feel is necessary. I have no issue with you doing that, but you should still face the consequences that happen from those actions. That's just how I feel. And he was had every right to do what he felt was right in that situation. He did what he did,
mhm.
and then I think he should have felt the same punishment as anyone else who kicked someone in the nuts should feel an ejection.
Now is Joel gonna get suspended for a game like Draymond?
No, and I don't think he should either. I don't think Draymond should have been suspended, but I don't think you can get suspended for a flagrant one when they didn't think it was worthy of kicking you out of the game. I don't think they're going to then suspend you for a game.
Dang, kicking somebody in the nuts and then somebody kicking somebody in the chest. Like I think they're both at fault to get suspended for. Like the same consequence should happen.
I agree, but I thought the consequence of Draymond should have stopped at the ejection, and then he should have
Mm,
been able to play last night. And I think with
mm.
Embiid, it should have been an ejection, and then he can play game 4. But is what it is.
Is what it is. That's right. Alan R with a super chat. Mookie and Ticket are all time chatters. That's
I
not.
don't know what was really going on, to be honest. I was zoned out.
Did you watch any of the games last night?
I watched Golden State. The first game of the night was what was the first game? The Brooklyn Philly game. No, I didn't watch that game. I saw Embiid save the game with a block at the end. That's the
Mm.
only play I'd seen. I watched a bit of the end of the first half, I think, like this morning, but overall I haven't watched that game. And I watched a bit of the second quarter of the Suns Clippers game. But no, I only watched the Golden State game.
So I'm gonna repeat what I said. One of these shows. This is an ugly 3-0 lead for the Philadelphia Sixers. And in the second round, who are they gonna face in the second round?
Boston.
Boston, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna get packed up. Like they're gonna get packed up.
Philly and 6, man. Philly and 6.
Unless Maxi keeps playing the way he's playing. I love what I seen from him last night.
Philly and 6. And then against the Bucks in the conference finals, Philly and 6. And then this against the Nuggets or Suns in the finals, Philly and
You
6.
don't have to ride for this take, right? You don't. I know I criticized you for that earlier on in the season, but you don't have to do it this time.
I genuinely don't know who's coming out of either conference at this point. Like if I had to like put money on teams, it would be Denver and Milwaukee. The two teams I'm most confident in.
Still
But
Milwaukee is crazy.
But I'm gonna go with Philly, like I said, and I did have Phoenix in the finals before the playoffs started, but I'm much less confident with that. But I'm a ride with the Philly pick.
I still don't get how you don't like Boston.
Boston's cool.
I still don't get how you like the Bucks over Boston. I would never understand that.
Because
I would never understand
because
that.
Giannis is better than Hakeem, dub. What are we doing right now?
You're right. I'm cooked.
There we go.
You're right. You're
That's
right. You're
cooked
right. What's good, Cher? How you feeling?
Yo,
bro?
what up, bro? What up, bro?
Dang, you got a whole new mic on you. Shit.
Nah, it's the same one. Like I just kept it closer. Here.
Word. What's
Hey,
good, fellas?
Hey, happy Eid Mubarak to everybody.
What's good, fellas?
Thank you.
What's up, everybody?
Happy evening. How's everybody? What you guys takeaways from these playoffs, man? What you guys feels going on?
I want to make a one quote about not quote, but that Warriors Kings game was so sloppy. That was the
First half. For the first half, yes.
I mean, for the first three, honestly, like the turnovers, the lack of consistency play, players weren't running. It was just sloppy on both ends. I don't think that was the worst half of playoff basketball I saw all playoffs thus far.
Did you watch Cavs Knicks game 1 first half?
Okay, no, I did not watch that game.
That's the worst half of playoff basketball.
It was just rugged.
This has to be number 2.
Plus Julius Randle was playing.
The sloppiness of this.
Oh, shut up.
I mean, Steph Curry, of course, first possession. What does Steph Curry do again? Turnover. I'm just like, bro, can you not turn the ball over on the first possession of a game for once?
The Brooklyn Nets in the Sixers series has been nothing but ugly for me. I'm not even gonna lie. I think they're dropping everything.
Okay, I feel like because of like the structure of Brooklyn and also what they're throwing at Embiid is why it looks ugly. Because for Brooklyn, like funny enough, like I remember I was talking about it with some people. It's like if you just give them like just one like top 20 offensive player in the league, like it could be the 20th best offensive player in the league, and he's like, and let's say he's like a point guard. Dude, the Nets would be like so much better.
They need a point guard back.
Because they literally have everything except for like the focal point of an offense.
If they
like,
had Dame.
Yeah, like bro, Dame would
Dame on that team would be nasty. Actually.
It would be like the Nets would be one of them fake contenders that just would look really good.
So no love for Spencer Dinwiddie right now.
Did shitty? Yeah. Okay. He did good yesterday. But he's been
Dinwiddie's a wing trying to masquerade as a point guard. Cut it out.
That's why I said in when the trade happened with Kyrie, I said, well, if they keep Kevin Durant, and try to build around him, like it's not a bad unit to build around him. Do I think they could have won a chip? Probably not, but make like a second, maybe a Eastern Conference round. I think they could have made it with.
But
Kevin
then that's
Durant.
why they moved on, because they're like, there's not like an actual like ceiling to win a championship. Because if there's at least like some possibility of winning a championship and it's a stretch, and like then you can go for it because it's like at least there's something there. But if there's nothing there,
they weren't going to beat the Celtics or Bucks anyway. So.
But KD is a top 15 player of all time.
He's getting carried right now.
Top 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. Wait, can we talk about this? What makes Kevin Durant better than Devin Booker this series?
He's not. He hasn't been.
He hasn't been better than him.
No, and also another thing too.
Devin Booker's been balling this series, though. But I think the reason why Booker's been balling this series is because PG's not there. That's why.
No, we're not doing that.
It's because of what?
PG's not there.
Oh, PG. Yeah, PG. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
If you really think that like PG is D-Book's kryptonite, then I can get with that. But also, what Los Angeles like?
Man, he's a multiple-time All-Star.
Was they still double teaming KD?
Yeah, but also you act like PG like is this like same prowess defensive player as he used to be, to where he's gonna like influence like D-Book.
He's better than Eric Gordon.
Listen, maybe he wouldn't stop him from scoring, but it wouldn't be 40 both nights. You feel me?
Yeah, and I'll give you that. And also, but even then, even if Devin Booker doesn't get 45 a night, if he gets like a solid like 35, which is very possible.
He's length and size on this third zone, and it's obvious they do.
They may lose those games if Devin Booker gets 30. Honestly,
from what I'm seeing,
I
haven't watched the whole series, but from what I'm seeing, KD is getting all the lion's share of the Clippers' defensive attention. And
he's getting hard doubles. He's getting hard doubles at the top of the key.
How would that then make Devin Booker capitalizing on KD's creation doesn't make him better than Kevin Durant?
It's the turnovers for me.
Okay, but also it's not just that, but also Kevin Durant. I feel like he's getting back to his turnover issue again because like his turnovers are ramping up.
Well, that's the same floor he's always had, so.
No, but I'm saying it's like getting magnified at this point because like although the Boston series was like egregious, that was still one of the main reasons why like I had an issue with him. It's happening again. I still feel like his handle is sloppy, and although he hasn't had like opportunities to really like score a lot in terms of like just getting hard doubles at him, my issue is that it's not even like he's making these advanced reads because I feel like a lot of them are pretty simple.
Yeah, he's not. Game 1, it was literally just finding people at the free throw line.
I felt like that was what it is.
That's why he had 11 assists, and then the next 2 games, you saw what happened.
No, honestly, I think he was still making the same read. The Clippers just stopped the first read.
For me, when I'm seeing for the Suns, I'm not gonna fuck with the Suns. To be honest with you, I'm not.
Oh, I'm not either.
I'm not moved.
The Suns aren't moving me either. I don't know if they beat them.
The Denver game is
no bench. Like I told you, they don't have no bench. Their bench is horrible.
Oh, and also another thing too. I know Monty Williams hasn't done the best job as a coach, and like you could bash him and stuff, but honestly, I don't really bash him for the minutes. Because who else are you gonna play if you take out KD and D-Book? I know 40 minutes is OD. I know it's OD, but who else?
That's like, the trade you make when you got KD. You decided to get
what you want Terrence Ross out there?
No, give Damian Lee some PT, man. Give Damian Lee some PT.
And this is how Damian Lee
was playing good in the regular season.
Come on, Damian. Give me a break.
Oh, you guys are disrespecting Damian Lee right now.
Damian Lee is nice.
Yes, I am. Come on, seriously.
He's better than Landry Shamet.
He's an.
Shamet's
is that his comparison?
Well, that's who's been getting me.
Damian Lee is the issue right
there.
Come on now.
You see, Mars is proving my point.
But that's who's been getting minutes. Damian Lee should be playing instead of Landry Shamet. That's what
you just had a mid off right there, and that's what their bench is.
There's some mid that's better than other mids.
That's not good, bro. This is a playoff setting.
Yeah, the bench isn't good, but Damian Lee needs more PT.
That's it.
Their bench is horrible. Their bench is like
the Suns
terrible.
Everything I'm seeing from the Suns provides more evidence that they're not going very far in the playoffs.
Like, yeah, but you hate KD, so you had no.
No. I reckon I may dislike
KD has an off team. They're in trouble.
I may dislike KD, but if I look at a team, if they're good, regardless of what I feel about a player. Now, I don't really hate KD. I hate the perception of KD, but I just don't think they have a bench. They're too top heavy. I mean, they got how many free throws? A great performance from Devin Booker and one by like the refs were awful. Also, like
yes, the
third quarter. I did hear the refs recording.
The third quarter was egregious.
Yeah, like 12 free throws in the first half of the third quarter. It was just
no. It was 17.
The officials have been bad this season, though.
Hey, bro, it was 17 free throws for the third quarter. Egregious.
It was gross. It was pretty gross. It was pretty egregious to watch, honestly. And if the Suns need all of that just to beat a Clipper team without their two best players by 5 points or whatever the score was, it's embarrassing. They're not going very far. They have no defense, no rebound. They just don't play fundamentally sound basketball, in my opinion.
My biggest
I do realize. My bad. You do realize the Kings are the Kings and their starting lineup be racking up a lot of minutes too. The Golden State Warriors and their lineups be racking up a lot of minutes too.
But they don't have. But Chris Paul and KD are not.
None of those teams are winning a championship.
Yeah, but and also they're a younger team. They're also a younger team.
Exactly. None of those guys are Chris Paul and KD.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
You gotta understand. The Suns and the Clippers.
He's only 25 years old, man. He's still very young still.
Can I finish talking?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Just talk, bro.
All I'm saying is the series in which the Boston Celtics are going up against the Milwaukee Bucks and then the Nuggets, they're going up against the 8-seeded team. So of course, they're majority of the time blowing out their teams, or it's not really competitive because that's how far talented they are. That's what's supposed to happen. But now in the middle of the rounds, the 4 and 5 seed or the 6 and 3 seed, you're seeing them use more of their star players in this series because it's just the talent is there. You have to, because if you don't, you're probably gonna lose. So I hear y'all points of the bench isn't that great, but I'm not really hearing they're playing too many minutes when anybody who's having a good series right now, they're all logging in a lot of minutes right now. The Warriors is logging in, the starters are logging in a lot of minutes, the Kings are logging in a lot of minutes, the Suns and the Clippers are logging in a lot of minutes. That's why Kawhi Leonard fucking had to sit out last night. So it's that's just not a point.
They're playing 44 minutes.
If you roll for 44 minutes, you're gonna be in trouble later on down the road. Especially when you play
if they were playing like 38 to 40, I'm like, okay, they're playing 44.
They're playing
minutes.
1960s regular season minutes. Like it's not like
1960s.
Katie and Chris Paul and like no, these guys like Katie will not hold up if he continues to try to play his minutes. He's looking worn down by the end of the games. He's turning the ball over. It's just not a good recipe for a long playoff run from what we've seen from the Suns. Like Dub, what do you see from the Suns that gives you hope that they're going to make this Western Conference playoff?
The only people that's playing that's played 40 plus minutes on the starting lineup is Cade and Devin Booker.
Devin Booker in the second half of this series has missed 41 seconds.
As I said before, the
41 seconds.
The only people in this that's playing 40 minutes and above is KD and Devin Booker.
But KD playing that many minutes is not good.
Doesn't Chris Paul have like 37 minutes a game logged in?
Yes, he does, but he
It's
only has.
OD as well.
What you mean? They don't have any other point guard, like you said.
That's the point.
That's the point. It's not looking good, bro. Because they have no depth.
Katie's gonna wear down.
Again,
You're playing that many minutes every night, though. Eventually, you're gonna wear down.
Sure. Again, I'm gonna repeat what I said before. Do I think the bench is an issue? 100%. But the point of they're logging in too many minutes. Like I'm just not trying to hear that, because whenever you're in a tight series, especially like this, that's what you're supposed to. You're supposed to have your guys logging that many minutes. This is a good series. Like
you can have guys in a tight series, but eventually, though, if Katie's playing that kind of minutes, though, eventually he's gonna get tired. You're gonna need to give him a break too, though. And if you got no one to give him a break though during the series, though, eventually he's gonna wear down as the playoff goes on. Especially when you play a team like Denver, Lakers, and even to get out of the West, or Milwaukee or Boston, Philadelphia. Guess what though? If you're playing that kind of minutes, you're gonna wear it out, and you're gonna need a guy to give you a break. But if you don't, you're gonna be done.
And no one is disputing that. All I'm saying is don't hear this. Don't bring up this point as a flaw, when at the end of the day, bro, it's like this is a good series and they're supposed to be out there. They're supposed to.
No, but again,
it's a tight series. In any tight series, what do you want? You want your best guys out there, right?
Is every series going to be tight?
For the Suns
for Phoenix, is every series going to be tight?
I'm not gonna lie. I think they could beat the
Nuggets. You're crazy. You're crazy.
No, but it's not about how many games they can.
You watch the way Denver play?
Will the games be tight?
Denver.
Or they're just going to be blowing them out?
Nah, they won't be blowing them out like that.
So Devin Booker and KD are going to have to play 40 plus minutes in that series as well.
Maybe we'll have to see.
Maybe.
That means they'd be going through multiple rounds at this level of minutes.
Okay, and then Dub, let me ask you one more thing too.
Come on, Dub.
Okay, so let's say it's the Suns against either the Lakers, Warriors, Grizzlies, or Kings. Are they going to be playing close games every single time with those guys?
Yep. Because they don't defend.
Yeah, probably.
They better not want to see the Kings.
But listen. That's what the majority of everybody's going to be doing. So it just doesn't make sense how you.
It looks like they're going to.
The Warriors are in a tight series with the Kings, and Steph's at like 38 minutes, which is like it's still high minutes, but it's not 44.
44 is playing the whole.
And even then,
game.
people are having minutes concerns about Steph because they've seen the Warriors' offense just go to complete dog shit without him.
All I'm saying is, especially after this round, a lot of these guys are going to be logging in 40, 44 minutes. Fucking 38 plus minutes. They're all going to be doing it. So just
that's fine to do in like the conference finals, the finals, some of the second round. No, Dub, if you do that in like the late second round, the conference finals, the finals, I understand that. But if you're doing it in the first round since like game one,
that just goes to show how competitive the West is, though. We all knew the West was about to be a dogfight because we didn't know.
No, the West has been up and down all year long. The West has been a chaos all fucking year.
Exactly my point, which means the talent is close to each other. So a lot of these series is going to be dogfights, 100%. So of course, in the first rounds, especially after the first, like the only person that's having an easy time in the first round in the West is the Nuggets and the Wolves,
and not even Denver for real.
They had one bad call.
They had one bad. Like
it was one bad quarter. Everything else has been
like,
pretty
control. Like everybody outside of the West, they're having dogfights. So I'm like, this is not a point I'm really trying to hear like that. I do hear the point though of worrying about their bench.
I'm just worried about KD.
Worrying about their health.
I'm more about
worrying about their health, of course.
No, don't take it as hate. It's because he's come off an injury and he plays a lot of minutes. He's 35 years old. I think people forget that point too.
But also, Dub, think of Game 3 as like an opportunity to show that, hey, this is how we can show that Phoenix is like this juggernaut of a team by beating up on the PG Kawhi-less Clippers. but it was a dog fight all throughout.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know
was.
what the hell. Yeah, that was.
That's
yeah,
unacceptable.
You could criticize
No,
that.
no,
for
no.
that.
If either one of them would have played last, they would have lost for sure.
Yeah, you should. Everybody should criticize him for that. Like they should have blew them out the water. That way, KD and Devin Booker could have got some more rest. There was no reason for it to be as close as it was. So that's on them.
Also, I'm out on Sabonis.
That's why I'm not about the Lakers either, though, because the way they play against Memphis too.
Hey, bro, that Clippers small lineup almost worked. I'm not gonna lie, it's not that bad.
Sabonis is a playoff fraud, bro. I'm done with him.
Thank you.
I'm done with it. The dude, I've never like he has this weird thing. I've noticed recently in the playoffs. He feels like he needs to get right under the basket before he takes a shot. I'm like, bro, before the defense, like, bro, Kevin Looney's giving you space to step up 2 feet and take a simple hook shot. He tries to get right under the basket and he's getting his shit blocked. And it's like, bro, I don't understand how you get so many rebounds when it looks like you're so ineffective in the paint on offense. It's weird to me. It's weird to me with Sabonis. Like,
that was Sabonis hate, man. That was Sabonis hate.
No, I don't mind. I like Sabonis' game, but what I've seen from this series is not like, bro.
The main criticism. My bad. The main criticism I have for the Suns is the fact that, bro, they're like these 3 games. You should have had one game where you were just blowing them out. That way you could rest guys. You want to know why the Lakers were able to rest guys against the Grizzlies the other night? Mainly because, you know, they were getting blown out in game 2. But even then, like LeBron and AD logging 38, 39 plus minutes. Then the game before, like they started pulling away from it in the fourth quarter, so they were able to rest guys. The main issue with the Suns right now, for some reason, they're just in a dogfight the whole entire game. No, you got to go on a run. You got to capitalize on those runs and keep that lead so that you can rest the guys. But they haven't been able to do that at all. That's what everybody should criticize them.
But the thing is, though, they shouldn't be in a dogfight with PG being out, though. PG's their second player, but they shouldn't be in a dogfight. You have Booker and KD and CP and Andy. You shouldn't be in a dogfight for this team. You should be handling easy, though.
That's what you just said.
Come on now.
Yeah,
it's like the Lakers too. Why the hell were the Lakers struggling against Minnesota without Gobert playing? For fuck's sake.
He's agreeing.
Same damn thing. You should have pulled the hell out. They had no rim protector.
He's agreeing with you.
That's exactly what I said. Actually, criticize them for that. That's exactly what I just said.
He's agreeing with you. But yeah. Also, I don't know. Do you guys like what you're all seeing from the Warriors? Because I feel like I understand.
No, I don't.
In the previous show, you were talking about, Kevin Huerter, the defense. Kevin Huerter's been getting open shots all 3 of these games, starting from game 1, and just been missing. Like, the Warriors' defense is kind of concerning to me. I'm not going to lie.
Wait.
The Warriors won a home game. That's it. They won a home game.
Can I actually add on to what Dude was saying about, like...
Why didn't the Kings show up? I don't get that either, though.
Wait, like, about Kevin Huerter's shooting. Not just Kevin Huerter's shooting, but the team shooting for Sacramento in general.
It's egregious.
No. So in the playoffs, the Kings are number 1 in wide open catch and shoot 3-point attempts.
That's crazy.
Surprising.
Somebody guess of the 16 teams, where do they rank percentage wise?
14.
Like last.
Lower.
15.
16.
15.
Oh,
They're the second worst 3-point shooting.
Who's the worst? Who's the worst, by the way?
Wide open catch and shoot.
Are the Knicks the worst?
Shut up. It's the Hawks.
Is it
Hawks? Oh, it's the Hawks. It's the Hawks.
It's no, and the Knicks are third.
Knicks are third.
Wow. They don't get many.
No, third worst. Third worst.
Oh, third worst.
See,
I watched the game.
Shut up. Look, we'll get it together. But here's the thing.
You're a Knicks fan. Wow.
I know.
The Warriors can't keep getting away with the defense they're playing, is what you're gonna say.
No,
right?
I like that they're running off shooters. Like, even though like Sacramento's getting a lot of like
I'm not impressed by Golden State at all.
No, even though Sacramento's getting a lot of looks, I like that Golden State is running off their shooters and forcing them into guys to become like guys that attack off the catch and like, really go to the rim off that. And it's not panning out as much because I'll say this, the Warriors' paint protection has been pretty good this series.
So Bonus has been all right. Yeah, go ahead.
He's been trash.
No.
Besides game 2, where there was just a bunch of fouls.
They only have one good biggest bonus.
Marsh, tell everybody.
The Kings don't really have a center really down below, really though.
No, but why are we ragging on Sabonis like he wasn't the only person that was like?
Tell everybody.
He was the only person that was making some good offense in Game 3. Like, why are we?
Tell everybody. Tell everybody why. Tell everybody why. Because you know the answer. You say it all the time.
I don't know the answer to that.
Why I'm harping on Sabonis like this?
I have no idea why you're. I know why, but I'm not.
Is there a
gonna give you
comparison?
that.
By the way, he should have been.
Bam Adebayo would not be doing better than Sabonis in this series.
Yes,
Bam Adebayo?
He'll be playing better defense. He'll be playing better.
No, offensively, Dub.
Offensively.
Bam can't finish around the rim either. So
that's the thing, though, right? See, that's my issue. Like,
Sabonis
the offense
hasn't been terribly defensively bad.
The offense but Bam will be way better though.
Does Sabonis have a?
So my whole thing is like in terms of Sabonis and Bam, like the offense isn't far from each other. Like it's not that dramatic from each other, like everybody says it is.
Maybe I haven't watched Sabonis.
You don't need to hear why Bam is better.
Does Sabonis have a jumper because they're giving him 15?
No,
Sabonis he doesn't have a jumper. They leave him wide open.
But also, but again, like after game one, Sabonis did a good job of like eating up the space that they gave him. Look, I understand that Sabonis, like he doesn't use his right hand at all, and it is a concern in some instances because it makes him one-dimensional. But also, we can't just rag on him completely because like sometimes he's like literally the only form of offense that's out there on the court. Like, what did you see from? No, someone tell me. Someone actually give me. No, someone actually tell me this. What the hell did you see from De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk yesterday?
What are you talking about?
Bro, I did not see much from De'Aaron Fox.
Monk was bad. De'Aaron Fox did what I thought. De'Aaron Fox wasn't great.
He was mid.
He was definitely better than Sabonis.
He shot bad, but he was creating more.
Yeah, he was doing.
What the hell was he creating?
What do you mean, Kevin Hurt, brother?
De'Aaron Fox showed De'Aaron Fox showed his tendencies, his bad tendencies that people have been bragging on him for
creating.
I don't know what the hell Sabonis was creating. I never mentioned about Sabonis creating. I never mentioned
about get rid of Draymond.
No, I never mentioned about Sabonis creating. I just said this. My question is, what was De'Aaron Fox creating?
He was, honestly, from what I saw from De'Aaron Fox, he was taking what the defense was giving him. He was attacking space. He didn't attack too much because I feel like he didn't want to get met at the rim. I think he should have taken his floaters a bit more. But I don't think De'Aaron Fox was bad. The main reason they lost is because they were missing outside shot. And Sabonis was bad tendencies, bro. And Sabonis was getting outplayed by Kevon Looney all night. Like,
okay, so peep this. One of the issues that De'Aaron Fox showed in the regular season is that although he's this ultra athlete that can get to the rim whenever he wants, he doesn't really do it a lot. Because one of the things is he settles a lot for these pull-up middies. He settles a lot for these fadeaway middies. He doesn't even really like attack like super hard to get his floaters. If you actually look at his like finishing numbers, they're insane. But also, it's not as much as you'd want it to be because because he's like 80% at the rim, but like like 2.5 attempts. Yeah, but 2.5 attempts a game. It's like nothing insane.
I'm looking at 3 other players before I get to Fox and the reason why the Kings
but here's the thing: if you're the main focal point of the offense, like how people are trying to say that Sabonis isn't, you got to be better than that.
Sabonis,
like, flat out.
To me,
Sabonis hasn't been doing nothing. Like,
yeah, he's been glaringly bad for 3 games.
Wait, what about him crashing the glass?
No,
him crashing the glass.
He's been decent. So he hasn't been great. He's been decent.
He's been great. No, just because Looney got 20 points doesn't mean that.
Hold up, sure. Your exact words was the only form of offense. There's times where Sabonis is the only form of offense. I just disagree with that. I don't see that a lot because sometimes he don't do anything on offense. He's just sitting there.
No,
they leave him open.
No, here's the thing.
And then he does dribble handoffs.
Exactly.
But Dub, he's like one of the main like focal points when they run pistol fives. Like, because the thing is this. No, a pistol 5 is basically like when the big has the ball and like he has a decision between like handing it off to like De'Aaron Fox.
It's basically
I tell you what's
handoff. Like it's a dribble handoff, bro.
No, I know he's a handoff. But also, Dub, this is where it comes down from like when people are like overrating Sabonis. I'll say this: when people are overrating Sabonis, that's when it gets bad. But like, I'm not somebody that like thinks he's like this like superb like like player like top 15 in the league. I don't think he's anywhere near that. I do think he's a very good player. Like he could be the top 30 somewhere around there. Like I think he's around there. And for what like a top 30 caliber player was supposed to do, he did his job.
That was a solid.
But I just disagree. I just disagree with some of your word choices about him being the only form of offense. Like just because he's doing dribble hand, it was because like this. So Golden State, their like game plan yesterday was to deny all handoffs. They were playing very aggressive in the handoffs. Like you saw, like DiVincenzo, he was like blitzing.
DiVincenzo was nasty yesterday.
DiVincenzo was blitzing like the handoffs, and he was trying to like deny anybody.
I watched a game like that last night. I'm not gonna lie.
It's fine.
But for me in this series, when I'm watching the Kings, though, Keegan Murray needs to do something in this series. Though he's done nothing in this series at all. He's been like completely a non-factor at all.
Yeah, I just disagree because based off the other games I've seen from Sabonis, bro, it's like
Game one was horrible. You can get.
I haven't seen him as his focal point. Maybe he's the guy in the center as everybody's running around and he's trying to do a dribble handoff. Sure, but to me, that's not you being the focal point of offense. You're just a system just running around you, and you're just sitting here like, oh, here's a handoff. You know, Bam Adebayo could do that shit.
No, and I never like. I don't agree that Sabonis is like the main focal point of the offense. I just said that when the team was in droughts and like they couldn't really get anything, Sabonis was at least somebody that was doing something. Because my thing is this, like, when DiVincenzo was denying like handoffs, and like when Golden State just in general, they were like forcing like Sacramento to not have handoffs. Sabonis afterwards, like when he realized that they were denying it, he would attack the rim, and he would at least eat up the space that they were having, and he did his job.
And trick the layup. You would attack the rim and trick the layup.
No, I'll admit he can't. No, I'll admit him not being able to go right is very, very bad.
He can't elevate over defenders that are small and to hit shit to hit it something.
I just think Bowen gets too much slack for what he does, though. Seriously,
him and Aiden are the same player, bro.
Hey, fellas, I'm gonna rotate the guests faster starting from now. That way,
all good.
Every time, like we're getting packed immediately now. So, you know, salute to y'all guys. Appreciate the time you spending, bro. Y'all be safe and y'all be easy, bro.
Have a good one. Thank you,
bro. Have a good one, bro.
Peace. Good guys. I like them. Yeah, we're probably gonna do like 10 to 15 minutes of everybody of rotation of guests. That way, you know, it's a lot of people that be trying to get on now. So appreciate it. Appreciate the support, man. Mars, would you like to read today?
Oh, okay. The players voted Drew Holiday the most underrated player and Trae Young the most overrated player. Who would you rather have?
Oh my God, that's actually a great question.
Depends on my team.
If I need a star player for my team, like the main guy, I want Trae. If I need like a third option, give me Drew. Mars.
Drew.
Oh wait, for both?
The way I'm thinking about it, Trae Young is my best player. Might make the playoffs, first round exit. That doesn't get me anywhere. Like, this is me overthinking, but that gets me what, 16th pick in the draft. Drew Holiday, best player, lottery team, gets me a high draft pick. My team's better long term.
What?
Drew Holiday is a third option. I just feel that fits more, championship player. So Drew Holiday to me is just probably just more valuable for my franchise at that point.
Who's better as a second option?
I would probably go with Trae Young. I just feel if you can limit his needs for his self-creation, like scoring, and just use him as a primary playmaker who can space the floor, I think he becomes a lot more valuable. Like if he was like 22 points a game type player, just with much better shot selection, with someone better than him offensively, I think that team is probably going to be the best offense in the NBA.
Him and Giannis? Would Trae Young, like take Middleton out, would the Bucks be better with Trae Young or Drew Holiday?
So Trae, Grayson Allen, Jay Crowder.
No, keep Middleton in. We can keep Middleton in.
Trae, Grayson Allen, Chris, Giannis, Brooke versus. I don't know, because the Bucks without Drew, I don't know if they're still the best defense in the NBA, and I don't know if Trae elevates that offense from how mid it is to elite. I'd probably still rather Drew just for the Bucks, but that's because the Bucks are a defensive team, and Trae just brings them down astronomically. Even though he's improved defensively, shout out to Trae for improving defensively.
I think that pick and roll with Giannis and Trae Young would be crazy. So
yeah,
I think that
Coach Bud doesn't run pick and roll though. He's a fraud.
He's a fraud. Get that coach out of here. Man, we're going to go to another super chat. The players voted.
That's the same one, buddy.
Yeah, allergies are kicking my ass. If everybody's wondering, my allergies are just so bad right now. Why doesn't Duncan have a GOAT case?
Because he's not as good as LeBron or MJ.
How many finals MVPs does Tim Duncan have?
3.
Okay. How many times did he go to the finals?
6.
How many finals MVPs does Michael Jordan have?
6.
How many finals did he go to?
6.
There you go.
Damn, you're cooked.
Cooked. I love arguing like that. It's so fun, bro. It's my favorite.
I love when I argue like that, ironically, and then I'll see people saying, "Oh yeah, I'm spitting," and like they actually agree with me. Like if you clip it, and you read the comments, like they don't watch the show. They genuinely just think that's what I believe. And they're like, oh yeah, he's spitting, he knows ball. I'm like, oh, okay, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you just got to say things that just sound good nowadays instead of what's true. Fancy lingo. Oh, wow, that's hilarious. Hit 44. Fancy lingo merchants. It's a handoff, my guy.
It could be a backdoor pass though, so it has two options out of pistol 5, so it's a different play, but it's a handoff. It's a handoff.
Definitely a handoff. Mars is go ahead. You read this.
Mars is Erling Haaland equal to LeBron of the Prem? No, because he's not the best player in the league. LeBron was the best player in the league.
Word. Man, just got the guys. Hey, Lord Omega Gandhi. You know, if you want me to shut up, you know, there's a thing called an exit sign at the top right of your screen that you can do. I'll shut up pretty fast
shout out to our GOAT members, Comatose and Jeremias MR. Shout out to you. If you guys want to become GOAT members, link in the description.
Salute to y'all. Salute to the GOAT members. Salute to everybody in here, man. Let's get some more guys up here. We got my arch nemesis up here. Context matters.
That's what I've become. Well, that's because you're the king of the chatting, bro. You're king of the chatting.
King chat a lot, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
What's going on, fellas?
Salute, fellas. What's the word?
What's good, Brody? Black mask on.
I could. Y'all go first. I'll go first. Because I heard that I take over the show too much and I talk too much. So y'all go first. Get your
Who told you that?
Who told you that?
Nasty comments. It's cool though.
Bro, you gotta ignore the comments. They be saying anything.
Man, we seen Gerald take over the show so many times.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead,
fellas. Go ahead. What's your opinions? What y'all got to say about what's been being spoken today?
I want to ask the players. Oh, go ahead. I was just about to talk about, Nick Nurse got fired. Mars, are you excited? He's going to go to the Rockets.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, you see what Jalen Green said on IG? Playoffs next year.
And he's not lying.
Watch out.
He get Vic, and he's not lying.
Watch out. Watch out. 40 wins.
You know why? Because and specifically for that, I just want to chime in real quick. For that one, I think Nick Nurse has that college coach mentality where he will hold those players accountable. I think he will help them develop. I think he will help them grow. I think Kevin Porter's decision making needs to get way better. I think he needs to figure out what he wants to be. What do you want to be, a shooting guard? Do you want to be a one guard? I think Nick Nurse will help them define their roles a little bit better. Especially
with somebody up here, the D&D board, the Double Dribble podcast. Yeah, we gotta do something about D&D.
Yeah, D&D is crazy.
The Double Dribble podcast. That's Drew and Desto up here who showed some love up here. Woj, Rockets interviewing Udoka, Vogel, and Nurse. I want Nurse. Thoughts? I don't trust Ime to lead the youngest team in the league.
Nick Nurse is also my first choice
because why don't you trust Udoka to lead the team?
I haven't seen much of him in terms of developing young players.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it. I haven't seen much in terms of development of young players. Vogel, for me, I just think of all of them in terms of like his basketball schemes, everything I've seen in LA and the Pacers, not really moving me. Nick Nurse for me just is better offensively and defensively.
Right.
Nick Nurse, I do agree with what Context said with the college approach. I do think that's what this team needs. They need structure. They don't need freedom. They need to be told what to do and when to do it.
Steven Stiles had them just doing anything.
Yeah,
bro.
that's what they need. That's 100% what they need. And I feel like Nick Nurse is the best coach currently around who can do that. If Brad Stevens was still around, Brad Stevens would be good, but he's in the front office now. So Nick Nurse is definitely my ideal candidate.
Apparently, Ime is the first choice for the Raptors head coaching gig, so maybe Ime ends up on Toronto.
I don't think that's a good fit for him. The Raptors aren't trying to be competitive. I think Ime wants to go to a team that's trying to win now.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
So I don't like Monty Williams. I'm not gonna lie to you. Might need to be on the hot seat. Monty Williams might need to be on the hot seat.
Nah, for real.
Look at Ime in Phoenix. Ty Lue, the small ball merchant. He's not really moving me. He might need to go to the Clippers. There's a few other
Clippers for you.
Listen, that pivotal move of playing Marcus Morris, and he caught that little midi. Oh, that little shake midi. Oh, Marcus Morris was in his bag.
When I did tune into the game when the Warriors game was at halftime, I saw Marcus Morris on the floor. I was like, oh my god, this is terrible.
No. As soon as I saw Marcus Morris, I was like, oh, that's a win for the Suns. That's a win for the Suns.
Like, why is he there? But it is what it is.
Okay, cool. I got another super chat here. Who do you think will be better, Cade or Jalen?
Yeah, let me not be biased, so someone else can answer this.
Oh man. Okay. Clearly.
My bad.
Oh, go ahead.
I want to say this. I do want to say this though, because I think Jalen Green, in terms of like watching it, I think they're both great to watch, Jalen Green and Cade. But in terms of the eye test with Jalen Green, like everybody just falls in love with it. But I think there's something about Cade. I think he's more like fundamentally sound, where I think he could.
100%.
I think he could be better.
People hate Jalen Green though. People hate him. Like there's
no
positive discourse around Jalen Green.
No, you guys.
They don't. They don't watch him. No one's watching Houston. No one's watching.
I think. Listen, they fell in love with him in the beginning. I think this year they're like, he takes bad shots. Yeah, I heard a lot of critiques. Way more critiques.
Jalen Green's an inefficient shot chucker. Doesn't play. But
why do you like Jalen Green so much?
Because he's really good at basketball.
And he's raw. He's raw. He's raw.
He is.
Give him some coaching and some direction. Yes. I promise you, he's really good at basketball.
Yes.
And he's willing to like learn. Like, he's trying to become a much more willing passer. He's trying to play out the pick and roll more. The issue is in Houston, once the first action dies, nothing's going on.
Yo, just give me the ball.
So Jalen Green out the pick and roll has one read. He has one read and everything else is cut off. So it ends up revolving to him just taking isolation mid-range pull-ups, and it doesn't work. So I'm like, give him some system, give him some structure. Yeah,
that's why I hate. That's why I hate watching Houston, though, bro.
Give him some structure. Give him some structure, and it'll be great. But I like Cade as well. I think he's the American version of Luka Doncic. I think.
Thank you.
But I do think he's the American version of Luka Doncic.
Perfect. I think he just needs to get used to the NBA physicality. I think his spot will be at the same spot where Luka's at. I think he's going to work at the mid-range pinch post. And I think and on top of that too, he compared to Luka holding to the rock, Cade gets off the rock. I don't think he's gonna be that dribble, like hold on to the rock, dribble to air out the ball. I think he's gonna make more moves because you got to remember he played on Monteverdi with a talented team with Scotty Barnes. So he played with a lot of 5-star recruits and other players. So I think once he gets the talent, and another thing, I think they're gonna move Jaden Ivey to the point, and they're gonna have Cade running too. I heard that's the plan. I think Ivey is a naturally better gifted passer, but I enjoy Jade's rim pressure as a 2 guard. Like I think him as a scorer and like being that, if you watch Jaden Ivey, his rim pressure is nuts, bro. Like nobody can keep up.
He gives me drama ramp vibes.
Yes. Where it's
he has that cross jab in his arsenal, and it's so lethal.
Yeah.
Fakes one way, jabs that way. He's at the rim.
Instantly. It's gone. You blink, he goes from the free throw to the rim in a blink. It's nuts.
And then just get rid of James Wiseman. Start Jalen Durant.
Thank you. Pack him up.
That's a nice core right there.
Baby Dwight Howard right there.
So what do you think they should do with you know who I'm about to ask? Because I love Jalen Durant too. I think he should be starting on the Pistons. So what do you think they should do with James?
James give
Wiseman. Up. What you mean, bro? Pack him up, bro.
Yeah, this
is what it sounds like. Thank you. Yeah, G League. Back to the G League, bro. Back to the G League.
Sure, like he's as of now, he's not an NBA caliber player.
Thank you.
And then the reason why, like, cool, a young team development is cool. But the issue is his development is literally stunting Jalen Duran's development. Mm-hmm. They are playing him instead of Jalen Duran. And Jalen Duran is better now, higher upside. They went to the same college, and Jalen Duran just looks so much better. I know Wiseman only played 3 games, but Jalen Duran just looks so much better. I said coming into the league, baby Dwight Howard to me. I still see it. I still think that's what his ceiling is. He just needs to be playing instead of James Wiseman. Send James Wiseman, I don't know, to Indiana. I don't care. Just send him away from Jalen Duran's team. In my opinion. Someone said Wiseman to the Rockets. How dare you try to send Wiseman to the Rockets?
No way.
Also, Killian Hayes, Shanghai, my friend. He's not an NBA
player. Yeah, Killian Hayes let me down.
Bring back Dwight. Listen, bring back Dwight and put wherever Dwight was at. Put Killian Hayes.
Yeah, Killian Hayes, not an NBA player.
And this is why I say y'all people get so mad when we be like, "Yo, Melo should be in the league." When we got guys like Killian Hayes in the league, it's like,
Melo is better than people in the NBA. That's not an argument.
Why is he not on the Cavs? Why is he not on the Cavs?
They needed him, bro.
That would have been the perfect fit. Are you guys shitting me? Even on the Lakers, he would still be doing something on the Lakers. You shitting me? He would get more minutes than Wayne Gabriel. Wayne Gabriel, bro? Yo,
Wenyen Gabriel is crazy. I'm not even
whatever his name. I don't care what his name is.
Having Wenyen Gabriel out there and not Melo is ridiculous.
It's disgusting. It's a crime to basketball. It's a crime. Yeah. I know Melo is literally punching the TV. He has to be.
He retired, so he can't. He's not pounding.
Did you guys see where Boogie said right now he's the third best center in the league?
Oh my!
Yeah, that was a lie.
All right, well, that concludes today's episode of Open Gym.
Right, that's it. Back it up.
You guys don't agree with Boogie?
Oh my God! Listen,
I think at his peak he could be. Not right now.
Not right now.
That boy ain't got he ain't got nothing under his legs, bro. He's too slow. He's gonna be gassed in the first quarter.
You got Kawhi knees, bro.
And listen, it's because of the Achilles injury. It happens when you have that much weight. When you have that much weight on your ankles and your legs, and you have such an injury like that, I mean, bro, your lifespan just got cut dramatically, bro. So it's like Boogie is great. I think he's good for stretches offensively, but that's it. Offensively,
yeah, he was damn near unplayable against the Warriors last year defensively. He was like Jokic, but worse. It was like,
but his offense. Yeah, his offense ain't bad though. But
yeah, his offense is still like good. I mean, he's not like elite offense. Like he's not the third best big in the league. I don't know why he said that, but I mean, I guess you gotta have confidence in yourself.
You gotta be humble in his position.
I just gotta point out one thing. Context actually, and it was actually related to your last super chat about Trae Young and Drew Holiday. Maybe it's just me. I'm done with Trae Young. I think I'd like Trae Young
KB.
After this season. I am done.
Hold on. In the air. So hold on.
You can go ahead. Context. You can go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, KB, go ahead. My fault, KB. Cook. My fault.
Nah, my fault. Let me go. Nah.
Oh my God.
No, go ahead, KB. Is your cook.
Nah, bro. I have never seen a player get targeted on defense like Trae Young. It had the issue last year, and this year everyone is taking turns with this man. Not only that, this man does jack shit off ball. He doesn't do anything off ball.
Anything, bro. No.
Please get the mic away from your mic, please. Get the mic away from your mouth, please.
Oh, my fault.
I can hear the spit. Hitting,
yo, my fault. Pause. That sounds crazy. My fault. Go ahead.
No, you can talk. Just please get the mic away.
All right, my fault. Yeah, pause. No. But dog. No, and this is who y'all jacked as the next Steph Curry, who everybody that said that needs to be slapped hard with wild dicks. No funny shit. Pause. Nah, dead ass. Because no. Because this is frustrating, bro. Because Trae Young, you understand that you're the smallest guy on the court. You have the audacity to just stand and watch while every other motion is happening. You know that you're the best at this point. You're the best 3-point shooter on the team. You know that you have the most scoring gravity. You shitting me, bro? Like, what are you doing, son? Why are you not moving out the rock? Like, why are you just standing there and you're not even an efficient deep 3 shooter? That's what makes it worse. You get what I'm saying? Like,
you're saying, man, does anybody else
it's like comment? I don't even think the players like him because I remember there's this when All-Star voting came out and it was the players vote. He was like 12th or 13th when it came to guards. The players don't like him either. The fans don't like him. The players don't like him. And when it comes to coaching, he got his first coach fired. Nate McMillan. There's reported beef between him, and then there's beef between his teammates and him. And now we have Quinn Snyder. If Quinn Snyder gets fired within the next year or two, and reports start coming with Trae Young, you can officially label him as a locker room cancer.
Here's my thing. My thing is DeJounte Murray is a very capable point guard. He shows you he's a very high level IQ, learn on the pop. You get what I'm saying? Develop. And the thing about it is Trae Young, you can clearly see that he doesn't trust his teammates. He's playing selfish. You can clearly see it. You can see that the action that they're supposed to be getting John Collins in, he doesn't get it that much. That 20 assist game, I was astonished that he played. I never saw Trae Young play like that in the NBA. It was like, oh, he's back in college again. That was the first time I saw him actually playing like a floor general. The first time. Spamming PNR alley-oops is not being a floor general. That's
what you do on 2K when you're trying to get badges. Like literally, that's what you do.
He plays like my career. Trae Young deadass plays like my career when you're grinding for badges. No funny shit.
I give one more year with the new coach.
Yeah, I'm losing faith in Trae Young as like a lead initiator offensively. Like, I don't think he can be your best offensive player and have any sort of success. He's too bad around the rim. He's just too small. He can't play against size. Off ball, he provides nothing. You're just literally looking at him as Luka Doncic, but 9 inches smaller. That's what it is.
Pause.
What? Pause. That's crazy. What I will do is here's what I think Trae would thrive in. I think Trae would thrive in Boston. That's the only team I can see him thrive.
No. As a backup,
that's the only team I can see that. Because honestly, you think Trae is going to take away shots from Jalen Brown?
I think he just needs to change his game completely. Wherever he goes playing like this, it won't work, in my opinion.
No, I know, but Boston would force him to change his game, though. That's my point.
They would force him to change.
You get what I'm saying? Like it would, because Tatum is not. He's not.
They're not having that. They're not having that. They are not having that. They're like, no, bro. He could probably be like a better version of like, this may be nasty. But he could be like an extremely better version like Derek White on the Boston.
Oh my God, man! Come on.
Hey, yo, nah, Dub. That was terrible, Dub. That was bad.
Who you playing against right now?
Is Derek White a great defender? Is Derek White a great defender?
Elite.
He's about to be first team all season.
Dub, Malcolm Brogdon was right there for you to say. Malcolm Brogdon was right there.
It was a layup, bro. It was a layup.
Yeah, like, and then you have Derek White. Like, what?
I'm not gonna hold it against Trae Young.
You know what? We're gonna get other guys up here.
That was bad.
No. It's cool.
That was bad. Derek White, elite defender, all NBA, all defense caliber. Derek White. Wow, that's crazy.
I'm tripping.
That was bad, and that's your team as well. You should know about Boston and Derek White, but
I'm sorry.
Interesting.
I got Derek White.
Yeah, that was bad. You should clip that and put that on TikTok.
No, I'm not doing that. You crazy? Oh man. Let's drop the link, bro. Get some more guys up here. We're gonna keep rotating these guys as fast as possible. We got some super chats though. From Hit 44 again. Appreciate the support, man. Ime, who stroked you? Top 5 coach right now. Do you agree?
Do you consider like Greg Popovich a top 5 coach, or like do you just like look past him because the Spurs stink?
Both.
Because like when I rank top 5 coaches, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not looking at Greg Popovich. Like I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how well he's coaching San Antonio. I don't watch them, and I'm also not, when I do watch them, I'm not focused on the schemes he's running. So I like, even though he's like the greatest coach in the NBA right now, like I just don't judge him in that category. But if I did, like without him, Steve Kerr,
Eric
Spoelstra.
I think those are like the top 2 right now. You're gonna have JB, Nick Nurse. Who else?
He's probably top 5.
Mike Brown.
I
think Greg Pop, in my opinion, like I just want to see him in a situation that's like at least decent. Like he's in a situation right now that's not even decent. It's like far.
Yeah, he's in an egregious situation. I'm not gonna act like I know how well he's developing Devin Vassell. Like every time I watch the Spurs, like I'm like, oh, okay, they got some good young players, Malachi Branham, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan. I'm like, okay, I see stuff, but I'm not keeping up with their development. Mm-hmm. So I just don't feel comfortable talking about a team I don't watch. Like I'm not gonna be a box score watcher and do those things like some people. So I'm just gonna stay away from talking about Michael Malone is not top 5. If you see his rotations, he's not top 5. You can't be in the postseason running the same rotation of just Jamal Murray and 4 bench guys just to boost Jokic plus minus and then be called a great coach. No, I'm sorry, he's not a top 5 coach. But yeah, I don't want to talk about Greg Popovich too much when I don't really know what's going on there.
Nah, I feel you. I think he just needs pieces over there because he keeps finding guys, right? There's you're gonna find like a Keldon Johnson. Jakob Poeltl was looking well. Like he knows how to maximize like even the worst of the worst, but at the end of the day, bro, I mean, he's just not been, ever since Kawhi left, he's never been in a situation not even somewhat beneficial towards him. So I can't really judge him off of that. They really tried to push Trae being the next Steph, but be shooting 1 from 9 from 3 every other night. You know how many times I hit on his under for threes?
I don't know why the Steph Curry thing was like, I never saw the Steph Curry, like it was only because he shot deep threes. That was the only part of his game that was remotely similar. He doesn't play anything like Steph. At Oklahoma, there was nothing like it. In his rookie year, there was nothing. He's shown nothing to look like Steph. It's literally just because of deep threes, which is like the same reason why every tall, skinny guy who has a mid-range game gets called Kevin Durant. It's the exact same thing. Because they don't have to play like KD just to be called KD. The same thing with Trae Young.
You just gotta shoot a lot of threes and deep threes. You'll get caught the next Steph. Let's get some more guys up here, man.
Oh, what's up, fellas?
What up? What up?
Real quick though, I mean, Jalen Green is great now, but Sengun's the best player on that team. I think Sengun's going to be a top 5 center in the league in 2 years.
Let's get Cowboy
Sengun has no weaknesses. Sengun can score, rebound, do it all. Sengun's the best player on the Houston Rockets.
Okay, Sengun has no okay, so defensively,
he's going to bulk up a little bit. He gets bodied a little bit, but his feet can move. He can protect him. He's got to body up a little bit. Sengun will be the best player on that team without a doubt. I think it's up. I think it's baby Jokic. I think it's baby Jokic. I think he's baby Sabonis. I mean that's fair too. I don't. Yeah,
that's not a knock on him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's not. Exactly.
I don't think
Jokic. It should be.
I think he'll be a top 5 center in the league within a couple years.
Damn.
Yeah, think about it. It'll be Embiid. It'll be Embiid, Jokic, and after that, it'll be guys like Porzingis if you want to.
Wemby,
and then it could be Sengun. Like Sengun will be right there with guys like Bam, with guys like I don't know, Brook Lopez.
Oof. Well, Brook Lopez will be like 60 by that point.
Yeah, he'll be 6. That's true. Yeah. So yeah, I think he can be top 5 center.
I do agree. He has a great
big eight.
I don't think his upside. I don't think his upside is higher than Jalen Green's at all. But I do think he has very high upside. But I still got Jalen Green.
Mars,
Bob.
Yeah, Mars, you ready for that KD talk real quick?
Let's go for some KD.
It's gonna be quick. It's real quick.
There
Real quick. All right, cool. So the reason why I say KD wasn't the best player on the Golden State Warriors, we all know his accolades. You want me to run by him, or I could just use the example from yesterday, like you said, about Jamal Murray and Jokic. The best player on the team to me was Steph because he won a championship before and he also lost the second year. Then they get KD. It's like, okay, we won with me before, then we lost without me. I mean, then we lost. Now we getting KD. He had to be a bigger man. So the same way I look at it like that, I look at it that way with that. Also, like you said earlier, who was it? Booker getting the advantage over KD right now is the same thing that happened. Everybody was on Steph as opposed to KD, so he was getting the shots off. Like I said, we could run through the accolades, but that was just my generalization real quick. I know how you are, Mars.
Yeah, no, I was actually going to say something to that effect that KD now is in the Steph Curry situation where Devin Booker's benefiting from his creation. Same thing that he benefited from Steph Curry's creation and made.
And that's exactly what I was going to say too. The system that he learned from Golden State, he tried to emulate it again with the Nets in I think 2021. It didn't work. And then now, if you look at the Suns now, he's now in the same position Steph was, but he's the key guy. I'm not gonna lie, I like KD now because of the fact is he's playing more aggressive, he's barking at his guys, getting them more involved, and because he's on the court, Booker could go off. And last night's game, CP3 got lucky. They were leaving him wide open in the fourth, and he was driving it in, and he was pulling up at the pulling up at the foul line. I'm like, wait a minute, you letting CP3 just come down, pull up, and he grabbing boards? Nah, man, that's the real reason why I think that they lost, was because CP3 and Ayton were just getting it in. And then also the Booker foul. How do they not call foul on Westbrook when Booker pushed the hell out of him in the half court? So
that's good. It's good defense, man. Good defense.
What?
Good defense, man. Good defense.
Right. So you telling me that he could just push me? So that's the same thing like good defense with Embiid kicking Claxton.
Yeah, good defense, man. Good defense.
The refs missed some calls. The ref missed some calls. It is what it is.
They didn't miss some. They missed a lot. Because if you look, man, there was about 4 calls after that they missed too. And then also, they also had, speaking of minutes, wasn't Gordon doing like 40-something minutes last night?
Eric Gordon. I mean, they're shorthanded, right? I think the Clippers had to extend a lot of players' minutes just with Kawhi and Paul George out. I do think if Kawhi comes back, keeping Norman Powell in the starting lineup might help defenses kind of, instead of kind of solely collapsing on Kawhi all the time, they're going to have to respect Norman Powell out there a little bit. So if Norman Powell's starting, if Kawhi can play, I think it would be interesting. And I think we got to give, Westbrook the shout out. People were ragging on him all year. He played really well. He had some bad turnovers, sure, but he was running the offense.
His bad turnovers was passing. He was passing too early because he was excited. He hit him in the back of the head 3 times. He hit Powell on the back. I mean, not Powell.
Maybe that playoff home he was a little excited, no doubt. But I think great. I think building a team around Westbrook like this is how you get the optimal way around it. You got to keep the ball in his hands. You got to surround him with a couple guys who play defense and can shoot the ball, and he does his thing.
Sad part is like Mars said, though, there's only a 6-man rotation between both teams. Like, are they really going to be sustainable after this series? I highly doubt it because the way Kawhi's out, the way everybody's playing, they need to get more involved. Like I said, Westbrook did his thing last night. I think
after
he did
what
really good.
Series? If Kawhi not playing, they're not going anywhere.
Then that's the same thing with the Suns.
Yeah, but then Phoenix will have another series, and they're gonna be.
They gone too.
Not to mention that Denver altitude, playing 45 minutes a night, and that is
they out of here too.
Denver altitude different.
That's
Carmelo said it too, yo. Carmelo said that.
I agree with
can't just go to Denver and play 45 minutes routinely.
Both of them out of here.
In Denver, it's definitely a problem, but I do agree with Dub in the sense that playoff time rotations always shorten up. You're going to play your guys 40 plus minutes, especially the stars. We saw guys like LeBron, Carmelo back in those days all play 40 plus minutes in the playoffs consistently. When you have to,
do they start game one as a 6-man rotation? That's the issue.
The first series usually you should be able to sweep guys, not play your guys minutes. But like I said, the Western Conference this year is not the same Western Conference. All these teams are so close together and they're so talented and it's so balanced that you almost have to play each team like it is the Western Conference Finals, unless you're Denver and Minnesota, where obviously that talent gap.
That series isn't over yet. That series isn't over yet.
They can win. They can win, bro.
They can come back. They can come back.
I'm gonna keep betting the under on Karl Anthony Towns, baby. That money keeps coming in. Keep betting the under on Karl Anthony Towns.
Like I said before, bro, the only reason why they're playing this many minutes because they're not getting comfortable leads throughout the whole game. They're either down or they're only up by 5.
And like I've been saying all playoffs, like look at the second dude. Look at Sacramento.
That's their defense. Their defense isn't able to stop them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
My bad. The reason is not about the bench being there. It's the fact that
it is about the bench. What you mean,
Mars? Can you look up what was the largest lead the Suns had on the Clippers?
We know that.
It's like 12 or 14.
But the Clippers bench is outscoring them every night.
Yeah, I think it was 20 last night. 19, I'm not sure.
You're cooked up.
The Suns bench is going to be outscored by every team. We know the bench is bad. I think what Dub's
how long was that 20-point lead?
I think it was trying to say that about 3 minutes. I want to say like 3 or 4 minutes, because then that's when Westbrook started to get on the run, and then he got fouled right at half court. So I think it was about right there, and then they got back up by 12, but then they came back, and then when they came back, Zubac wasn't in it, and then like I said, they left Chris Paul wide open at the free throw line. He brings the ball up, passes it out, passes it, gets it back, and then runs right to the foul line and pulls up.
Playing drop
what are you
coverage.
doing taking 3 foul line shots?
They playing drop defense on them. I don't understand what they doing.
The largest lead I saw in this game was 71-59.
It's not a big lead.
82-69.
So basically, Phoenix is not, their starters are not pulling away enough to give their bench enough time on the court, is what I'm trying to say, right? So
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you have to keep your starters on when it's
no, but your bench is supposed to come in and keep it up. They're not.
Yeah, but they don't have that. They don't have that. They don't have that though. I see what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. They just don't have it. No, 100%. We hear what you're saying.
When they play bench for bench, the Clippers will come back then, right?
For sure. And that's what Phoenix have to keep their starters out there, because they know their bench can't compete.
George. They need Paul George to come back. George ain't going nowhere.
But they don't got they don't have their stars. So if they 2 stars was in there playing and then they put their bench in, I think the Clippers will be pretty much sweeping this series up.
I think a healthy Clippers team definitely beats this Suns team. Like you said, I mean, they have been exposed a little bit.
Suns in 6, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Suns in 6. I mean, sounds about.
Yo, who you got tonight? Who you guys got tonight? I know that's why Mars left, because he knew that was my next question. Talk about my Knicks. He left mad quick.
Cavs.
I got Cavs.
Oh, I got the Cavs.
I got Cavs too.
Wow. Okay, so I'm just gonna be the only one.
Knicks don't win another game.
Blue and orange, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I see Cavs are more talent. There's more talented team. I trust Donovan Mitchell more than Jalen Brunson. I think Garland showed what he's all about last game. I think we're still waiting on Evan Mobley to have a big game. Do I think who can shut him down?
Hart shutting down Garland, or at least slowing down Mitchell a little bit.
Hart's a good. He's not some lockdown defender. Hart's kind of like a hustle guy who's out there, but he's not a lockdown defender.
You see what Garland did to. You see what Garland was doing to Hart.
What was impressive is Mitchell let Garland do that. Mitchell was facilitating where he understood that his teammate had the hot hand, and he let him do that. Before Mitchell, he'd be like, screw it, let me just take 30 shots and try to outscore the other team. But Mitchell understood that sometimes he got to let his teammates score. So once, Mitchell understands.
You know why he did that, though, right? You know why he did that. This is why I say, like, a lot of times things are circumstantial, right? The only reason he was doing that in the past is because who the hell else was going to be
I hear you. Mike Conley's not that guy. Rudy Gobert not that guy.
Gordon
Hayward had some moments. Gordon Hayward has some moments. Got to give Gordon Hayward some love in his Utah days.
Yeah, but that's my thing. Like, people like criticizing players for, oh yeah, when the going gets tough, they just keep the ball in their hands and don't do anything else. Well, mean, what other options do they have? What, you want Mike Conley out there putting up shots like he's a number 2 or number 2 option? Like, come on, you want Rudy Gobert him to get him shots when he's not even like that either? It's like that doesn't make any sense to me. Like they did the same thing with Luka and KP, right? Luka and KP was literally being not aggressive at all. Like he just wasn't on the boards and scoring, and that's part of the coaching as well. But it wasn't just Luka Doncic, and that's why everyone tried to make it out to be. It's just weird to me. I don't know why people do that.
I hear you.
Well,
McClay
Garland better than Mike Conley, so yeah, we want him to score the ball.
No doubt.
Yeah, and Donovan Mitchell's allowing that to happen.
Yeah, he shouldn't have to allow it to happen.
But I know we had some Trae Young slander earlier.
Why should Donovan Mitchell have to allow Darius Garland to score and assist and do
the team
his
is
job?
more comfortable with the ball in his hands. Because see, what happens is if you look at how Cavs play, when Mitchell gets the ball, they all stand out and they look for him and wait till him to drive to go to the basket. They don't just do that with Garland. Garland, they in more of a set, they more movement. You see a lot more involvement. So if he sits back. So if Mitchell plays the second as opposed to the first, like he did in game 1,
then
they have the better chance. And I agree with that because that's the same thing with Monk. Like I keep saying to everybody, it's not about the first option. Because if you look at the Suns, KD is the first option, Garland, but Booker goes off.
Because D. Mitch could get his. We don't need you to be running around chucking up shots. You got players that's good with you already. That was good before you got there.
It's true. If Kevin Durant, if the Suns do win, or let's say they make the finals, they win a championship. If Booker gets finals MVP, how are we viewing that championship on Durant's legacy?
Hey, look, he's good because you know what? To tell you the truth, he did the same thing on Golden State. He learned from Golden State. He tried it in Brooklyn and it didn't work, and then he tried it with another team and it worked. I got to give him his respect because he did it without the.
If you don't get the Finals MVP, really?
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Like in Golden State, Ty Lue even basically came out and said it that their focus was to stop Steph Curry. Their defense was focused on Curry, which allowed Kevin Durant to have amazing shooting splits, more open shots. And the same thing is kind of happening here, where they're focusing on Kevin Durant, so Booker's having more open shots. But I do think in a legacy discussion, there's a difference between winning championships with the Finals MVP and without. Especially
everyone still has Kareem top 3.
And he's still a beast.
Yeah, Kareem's still top 3, but again, his body of work, longevity, other factors.
He got way more on his resume than KD though.
People still have Tim Duncan where top 7.
Tim Duncan, what you mean?
10.
He had Tony Parker win a Finals MVP in his prime.
No, but that's why I think guys like LeBron and Jordan. They're the Finals.
There's different standards for different players. If you're Tim Duncan, you're able to have that. If you're Kobe, you're able to have that. If you're a lot of these other guys where you're not in the top 2, you're able to have that. But then for everybody else, they just don't care about it.
Then KD should be held to that same standard. KD's not.
KD should be held. KD should be held.
I mean, the haters are going to say he's not even the best player on his own team now. Of course, that's the same thing they said about Steph Curry. I don't do the legacy talk, so I don't care. But people are gonna say that KD wasn't even the best player on his own team. Got carried to a championship, but that's what they're gonna say.
No doubt. So I would think Denver sweeping. I think Denver sweeps.
Series ain't done, man. All Denver did was protect home court.
I don't think Minnesota
win on the road. They gotta win on the road, man.
Jamal Murray's gonna show up. Jamal Murray's gonna show up. Jokic.
KD getting carried right now, man.
People saying
he's not getting carried. No, I mean they're not. It's like even with the Trae Young thing, people are slandering Trae Young. Have you seen the Boston defense keying on Trae Young? They made a decision. You stop Trae Young.
Yeah, but that's the issue. Trae, that's 2 years now where Trae Young can't deal with that.
Like, you know what gets me so mad about my bad. This Gandhi dead. He's saying that matters. I guess in response to you saying the legacy talks. You know what gets me so mad about that is that when you feel me, you guys care so much about these legacy talks. At the same time, when somebody acts in the way to improve their legacy, you criticize and scrutinize them for that. LeBron James, for instance. If you're a LeBron James fan, you should hate his legacy because at the end of the day, he had to switch up and stack the deck in order to make his legacy what it is today. No. Wait, time out. No, that's a
You're
fact.
cooking right now. You're cooking right now.
If we're talking about we're talking about real legacy talks. That should matter 100%.
Why? Because it's a parade in the city.
No, stop.
He came back and put a parade up here, though.
You can't have it. You can't have it both ways. You feel me?
Go back to
can't.
OKC.
It's just the context of the situation.
And
You
win
gotta
a
get the
ring.
context.
Shea
Hold on.
Gilgeous good.
But
you
Yeah, fact.
see
Shea
how
is better than Steve Nash.
You see how inconsistent that is, though. You're putting the context. Okay, why
he did it? Why did he need to do that
to improve his legacy? You're putting the context into that. But if somebody not being a Finals MVP every time he went to the Finals, you're not really putting the context for that. I don't like that.
No,
context doesn't matter.
KD should win Finals MVP because he's better than Devin Booker.
Yeah, but Finals MVP isn't like best player.
Yeah, Finals are the best players.
Magic Johnson won a Finals MVP when Kareem was obviously the best player.
Iguodala won the Finals MVP.
Paul Pierce.
Kawhi
I don't
Leonard.
agree with that Finals MVP.
You don't have to agree with it. That doesn't change the fact that they have it.
Nobody does.
But that doesn't change the fact they have
it. He only played 2 games better than Kareem dominated that series.
Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that Magic Johnson has the Finals MVP.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have got it now.
I hear you. Just
but the series was 43 years ago, so it doesn't matter.
He wouldn't have got it now, though.
Okay, but he doesn't play now, so
yeah. But you brought that up, like
this is why I say all the time.
But no, I brought it up because he won it at a time.
But back then, it was a different voting system.
That's fine. And guess what? He has a Finals MVP.
Yeah, people forget the context of Finals MVP. Sometimes it's just a counting metric, right? It's just Finals MVPs.
I just want to say, see, this is why I say where
Tony Parker deserved the Finals MVP that year. He was balling.
This is why I say all the time. The only person where their legacy is like the closest to perfection. This is why I say all the time. The only person where their legacy is like closest to perfection is Michael Jordan. And
it's
why
Bill
is that?
Russell, Doug. It's Bill Russell.
Yeah,
it's Bill Russell.
Michael Jordan.
You think
Michael
it's
Jordan
Bill Russell? How is
this?
There is no black mark on Bill Russell. The closest thing to a black mark is that he lost in the finals in year 2 when he got hurt in the series.
Michael Jordan got swept in the first round. Michael Jordan got
Bill Russell in his career has lost 2 playoff series.
It's Bill Russell. It is
and one of them he got hurt. The only series Bill Russell was healthy is 67.
Bill Russell definitely got the best resume.
Magic Johnson's legacy.
4 finals losses.
No. Watch this, Mars. Because the difference between the legacy of like Bill Russell and Michael Jordan, where of course the accolades and the winning is there for Bill Russell. He's the ultimate winner, and nobody disputes that.
The media, that's it.
But then the talent for his legacy isn't there, correct?
Yeah, but legacy's not about talent. It's about legacy.
Like it's just about.
I think it's a blend of both. It's just overvaluing the.
When you use context of legacy,
MJ doesn't have 3 straight MVP awards.
He got 3 straight finals 2 times. That Bill Russell.
Yeah, the Finals MVP didn't exist, but guess what? It's named after him.
Michael Jordan.
It's named after him.
No, Michael Jordan played more than 6 years. Michael Jordan played more than 6 years. Legacy is the entire totality of your career. We can't pick and choose a spot in someone's career. He did
lose to
the Bucks. All I'm saying is that you have a guy in Michael Jordan where in his legacy, right? He was a scoring champ how many times?
10 times?
10 times. He was an all defense how many times? 9 times.
9.
DPOY one time, right?
The fact that I know this off the top of my head.
MVPs, how many? Four MVPs.
5 MVPs. 5 MVPs.
Isn't he the only guy in NBA history to have an MVP, a DPOY, a Finals MVP, and a scoring title all in the same year?
All in the same year.
He didn't win the Finals MVP the year
he didn't win a championship in Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, he did.
So in his career,
he's one of those dudes that had like MVP, scoring title, Finals MVP, and then All NBA all in 1 year, right?
Yeah, one of those. He has one of those metrics.
Some weird accolade thing like that.
But it wasn't no Finals MVP with Bill Russell though. We can't count that against Bill because
Bill Russell would have 5 MVPs, 9 Defensive Player of the Year.
How many
7
9 Defensive Players of the Year?
You know what? I'm with y'all. You know what? I'm kind of with y'all now. You know what? Bill Russell could have the accolades.
9 defensive players.
Bill Russell's legacy, there's nothing to argue about with his legacy. Like the only way you can argue his legacy is if you just go down the route of saying plumbers, 9 teams, and 44% from the field.
Era discount.
So basically, if it only comes from the fact that you just didn't take the time to watch Bill Russell.
But that's what people say about MJ's era. Who younger? Look at Dan Marley.
Expansion era is it could be a thing. I was gonna say with LeBron, I could do the same thing with counting stats. I could be like, he's the only guy with going to be 40,000 points, 10,000 this, 10,000 rebounds. That legacy, the totality of all those numbers, first in playoff points, top 5 or top 10 in playoff assists. It's the most
youngest player to do this, oldest player to do that.
You know what?
But the ether to that is simple: 6 finals losses.
My question to everybody,
we don't need that 6 finals.
My question to everybody though, real quick, is like define legacy in basketball talks. What is somebody's legacy? Because everyone loves talking about legacy, but I've never heard the exact definition of it.
Your impact on, like, to me, legacy is your impact, like, on the sport, like, historically, what you achieved during your playing time, and then basically what you left behind. That's your legacy.
Oh, then MJ's legacy clears Bill Russell's then.
Nah, Bill Russell's legacy clears.
No, that's not true. The definition, the impact on the sport, what he left behind.
Wait, say impact on the sport. We're talking about off court too, because Bill Russell did the whole civil rights movement thing. You know, there's that.
He did, but we're not gonna act as if, right?
So what's the top 5?
Bill Russell broke racial barriers.
He did.
He did.
What's the top 5 legacies?
I think LeBron also in terms of social.
No, LeBron's
top 5 legacies. Bill Russell.
Wait, hold on.
Top 5 legacies.
No. We're still here.
Kobe.
We're still here because number one, Michael Jordan, right?
Right.
The impact he had on the NBA. Globalizing the NBA.
Yes,
you acted like the man. There's people to this day who wait outside the lines to get his damn shoes, and leaving something behind. Even though Bill Russell, I think Bill Russell's top 2.
Nobody.
But Michael Jordan, I think Michael Jordan is one, along with the willing, along with the marketability, along with the impact he had,
along with the
on
time
the whole
he came in.
MJ
came at the perfect time.
But LeBron James is the first basketball athlete to fully grow up.
Why you gonna get for LeBron James?
LeBron's not up here.
LeBron James isn't that legacy. You talk about an athlete who grew up in the social media age, especially in the age where there's the most sports.
He stacked the deck.
You LeBron meat riders, man.
This show exists because of LeBron James.
You LeBron meat riders, man. This is crazy.
Player Choice exists because of LeBron James. Shows like this on YouTube exist because of LeBron James.
That's true.
Sports talk was not.
Are you saying we ride LeBron's coattails? That's crazy.
No, I'm saying sports talk like this was not happening before LeBron James. LeBron James brought this whole sports debate talk to the mainstream and the masses. Before it wasn't like this.
Debates has been a thing. Debates have been a thing.
The debate. They just wrote in newspapers back then. That's it. They just wrote in newspapers.
Yeah, but the show.
LeBron brought in the social
media.
No,
TV did that. What about TV did that?
It wasn't like that before. No,
because of TV and technology. There's no way. There is no way you're gonna credit evolution in technology to fucking LeBron James.
You know what?
That's crazy.
That is the craziest thing I've ever heard of my life.
Who's the first basketball high school athlete to have their games on ESPN? It was LeBron James. It was LeBron James. LeBron James.
You don't think that's because of TV? That's because of technology.
You know they would have done that for Kareem, right? They would have done that for Kareem.
They would have done that for KG and Kobe.
The advancement of technology.
No, they wouldn't have done that for MJ.
But LeBron James was the first athlete that they really started focusing on and really talked about.
Not Kobe either.
He was the first athlete. No more athlete since LeBron James was analyzed as LeBron James. Sports media, sports talk shows on the internet, podcasts, everything. LeBron James
he's the most popular player right now. Yes, he's the most talked about player right now. That doesn't make his
in the history of sports. He's the
most polarized player in the
you talk about a legacy. That's part of a legacy.
Okay,
no,
in the history of sports, no. In the history of basketball, maybe. In the history of sports, no.
I just think American culture talks more. But no, I know soccer and cricket are bigger sports, but American culture talks about sports more.
He's the most polarized.
But Jalen, the funny thing about that is you're acting as if, let's say, people in the 90s had the technology they had in 2023.
For sure.
They would be hammered with nothing but MJ talks, MJ trying to discount his legacy throughout that time because you're always going to have haters.
Yep.
There's going to be nothing but talks and podcasts filled with that. The thing you're crediting to LeBron James is the evolution of technology that I am not with at all.
Okay,
that is the craziest
you credited
thing I've ever
Michael
heard in my
Jordan
life.
with the expansion of basketball. You put LeBron James in the 90s, take him out.
I didn't say expansion. I said the impact he left.
Growth. No, but they felt like
the globalization of the game. MJ was the face of that.
Okay, but LeBron James would have been the face if he was in the 90s. It would have been any athlete during that time.
Yeah, but that we can't say that.
You could argue David Stern deserves more credit for that.
You could argue any player.
I think Nike, being the marketing genius it was, decided to really market athletes in a way that haven't been seen before. Right?
You see, this is where I disagree with that, and why? And this is why. Because the only people can market whatever that the person is showing them. For example, if MJ's not having those performances like 60 against the Celtics, like the flu game, and just those like 40 points against the Phoenix Suns, well, to this day, that's the highest scoring average in NBA history in the finals. If he's not having those performances, they can't market him in that light
He balling.
So
That's
Nike and all them guys.
He
they're
blew
part of it as
Nike
well.
up.
But Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan is the reason why
Yeah.
Nike is what it
Nike
is today.
wasn't
Michael
nothing.
Jordan
Perfect timing.
made a lot of companies and the NBA, bro.
I hear
Made
you.
Nike.
Perfect timing. Jordan was a great basketball player. Dominated the best
LeBron
player in
wouldn't
the
be
league.
signed to
LeBron would've been
Nike
the same
if it
thing,
weren't
though.
for MJ.
LeBron would have been dropping 60
Wouldn't
against the
sign
Celtics.
to Nike if it
No,
wasn't for Michael
Jackson,
Jordan.
yes. LeBron would've been
What did
dropping
LeBron
70.
James do in finals against
His
the
number
Spurs?
23.
Okay, he had one bad series.
We just
What
gotta
did Michael Jordan do against the Bucks
What
in the
year?
first round?
What
He
year?
got
What year?
swept.
No,
Got
no,
swept
wait,
in the
time out.
first
Yeah,
No,
they
round.
got
no.
swept.
It's
I
about
agree with
performance,
that.
right?
No,
Oh,
he
for
lost 3-1. He lost 3-1.
He lost 3-1. What? Wait,
They
wait.
got
Jalen,
swept by the
this
by
is the
them
difference.
The Celtics.
If Michael
by the
Jordan,
Celtics, he got
if
swept.
LeBron James had a series like MJ had against the Celtics in 2007, nobody would crucify him for that. But he played bad. What year was MJ in against the Boston Celtics? What year was it again?
They got swept. What you mean? In 2007.
In year 2 against a super duper squad. The man was
played against Duncan.
Wow,
yeah.
wow.
And
LeBron James
lost to
in
one of
year
the greatest
4,
defensive teams ever in the most
Duncan,
defensive
what
era
you
ever.
mean?
bro.
You act like Duncan ain't in the
played
top.
terrible.
He played bad. He played
10,
bad.
bro.
But against a great defensive team.
Yeah, but that's
both
the difference. MJ lost and didn't play bad. LeBron played bad and lost. That's
MJ has to hold on. MJ has some bad games too. We want to talk about Game 3 against the Knicks.
No. I'm talking about specifically that series. That I'm not.
In his career, MJ played bad.
Comparing the finals
to a first round.
LeBron played poor. You know what? MJ never played bad in the finals. Like that. MJ never had finals series like
MJ didn't make
2011
it,
or 2007. He
can't
did it.
compare
He also
them.
didn't have. He never reached the heights of LeBron's play. He never reached the peak in 2016. He never reached that peak. He never reached 2018 peak LeBron. Peak LeBron washed his peak.
Wait. So 1992 Michael Jordan
No, sir. He was
isn't
not
2016 LeBron.
No, not even close. Not in the same ballpark. Not in the same ballpark.
I respectfully disagree.
And you put Michael Jordan on that Cleveland Cavaliers team, they get swept. They get swept by the Warriors without Kevin Durant.
Yeah, but that's because the team is built like that's just a differently built team.
Yeah,
like, I don't think LeBron on the Bulls, he just makes Scottie Pippen obsolete. LeBron in the triangle is terrible. I'm not trying to see that. So what kind of argument is that?
You can make a case that if LeBron was put in the triangle early and developed his game with Phil Jackson, he'd make adjustments to it because I think LeBron's basketball IQ is the highest as any basketball player.
Okay, explain the adjustments. Okay, so LeBron James post game, which took about 15 years to develop. LeBron James outside shot, which took about 10 years to develop. You just think, oh, he has basketball IQ, he's going to figure that out. No, he just doesn't have a game for the triangle.
I mean, how a player is coached from the start, I think, greatly impacts how they develop.
Paul Silas tried to put LeBron in the post as a rookie. He didn't like it.
No. It's like if LeBron James played under Greg Popovich, his game would be a little different. He would have developed a little differently than it is now.
No, stop. If you can't shoot, if you don't have touch, it's hard as hell to teach that. It's so hard to teach that. There's a reason why guys, it's so hard for them to find a good free throw shot because no matter how much coaching you have, some guys just don't have that sort of touch. LeBron James, there's no coaching that's going to make LeBron James his all-time great post scorer.
I think early in his career. Early in his career, when he was a super athlete and could get away with being a super athlete, if a coach told him, "Hey, you got to work on a jump shot," it might have got to it.
You think they weren't doing that?
No. You know what? They said he's such a super athlete. He was still putting up the numbers. They let it go.
No. Paul Silas tried to put LeBron in the post, and guess what? He was fired the next year. He was gone.
Should have done it more.
He was gone. LeBron was not trying to play in the post.
LeBron didn't want to do that.
LeBron was not trying to play in the post.
LeBron is the reason. It's not everybody else. LeBron is the reason
He's
why
for sure. For him being a poor shooter, but again, he became a good mid-range shooter. In Miami, he became I don't want to say elite, but a very good mid-range shooter and a very good three-point shooter. He was shooting 38% of Miami from three-point. He was shooting.
Hey, we gotta rotate the guests. You guys are. I love
another night, another day, baby. Have a good one, fellas.
Y'all be easy, all right?
Yes, sir.
Primo, how was your night last night, bro? Oh, you kicked him out already. Dang.
I never kicked him. He just left.
Oh, he just left.
Yeah, relax.
Dang. Yeah, he did leave. Oh, that was wild. Pop has nothing to prove. He's already solidified his legacy. He's still the greatest coach in NBA history.
I agree. For me, he's the greatest coach, yes.
Yeah, for me too. Thoughts on Lakers series? Who wins and in how many games? Lakers in 6.
I had Grizzlies in 6 before the series, I think. Did I have Grizzlies in 6 before the series?
I think you had the Grizzlies.
I said if it goes 7, the Lakers win. I remember that. But I'm pretty sure I said Grizzlies in 6. Right now, I think the series is over in 6 games. I have no idea who wins. But I'll stick with the Grizzlies in 6 pick just to not just flip-flop.
You can flip-flop because you know the Lakers are better, man.
Yeah, I think they are better, but
Their brother say only America talks about sports. Hit 44.
It was something to the effect of they talk about it more than like Europeans or whatever talk about football, which is not true. Cristiano Ronaldo is the most talked about athlete in sports. Like he is. I'm sorry, but it's not LeBron.
That is true. These Braun fans are something else. I never thought I'd hear that in my life. I'm not even gonna lie.
Don't hate on LeBron, man.
I've heard it in like TikToks and stuff, but like hearing it like live in person in the same room with somebody saying that peak LeBron clears MJ is the craziest thing I've ever heard, bro. LeBron, the reason iPhones and apps were invented too, I guess.
Facts.
That was the craziest thing I heard, bro. That was the craziest thing. I love Jalen though. He's a great guy.
W LeBron stan.
Hey, we got Free Willy in the building.
You already know.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Sir.
Yeah. I'm about to get this off quick though, because I'm at work. We gotta kill this logic of Kareem being top 3 undisputed. I don't like that. I don't like that. Me personally, I feel like Kareem is more on a 5. You know, I say he's on top 5 range. Just top 3 is just like no. I'm putting Bill Russell over Kareem at top 3. I think it's LeBron. Like I just think you talking because you can make the exact same argument for Bill Russell that you make for Kareem outside of his offense. But Bill, you compare them talking about defensive impact when you talk about winning championships, being the best player, being a player coach, and then dealing with him playing the best teams on a consistent basis. Come on, Bill Russell is just that guy, bro. Like he's just that guy. So put some respect on. We ain't even gotta talk about him. Got to be worried being lynched because while he playing basketball in the 1960s, playing in Converses, like it's crazy. He's a GOAT. Come on now, top 3. Bill Russell, top 3. That's ended.
Did you watch the documentary?
I have not watched the documentary.
Oh, you feel this way, yo? Go watch it, bro. Cause
he gonna have him as the GOAT.
Wait, which documentary?
Bro, this man was a player coach, bro. A player coach.
And nobody talks about that. I don't get that.
Imagine being subbed out the game and you coaching the team, come back in the game, dominate on the defensive end. Like who does that? Who does that? In Converses.
Bill Russell.
LeBron does it. No, let me stop.
Nah, Bill
But that's all I wanted. I just wanted everybody to put some respect on Bill Russell's name. Salute to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all letting me on the show.
Got you. Peace. Love
Bill Russell prop. I did not expect that.
I mean, it's better than Kareem prop.
My team has. I'm watching the Arsenal game. We have conceded a goal in the first minute of the game, so I'm a very upset.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Okay, this guy.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I'm very much more intrigued.
Insane.
I'm very much more intrigued with the Bill Russell conversations over the Kareem conversations. It's just Kareem, bro. So many lows with him, bro. Like all the lows you can bring up for Kareem, you can bring up for a lot of people, bro.
Yeah, for the legacy talk, people. I mean, I think Bill Russell should be over Kareem based on the legacy talk. I don't understand.
He don't have a bag.
Who had respectfully, like other than Jerry West and Oscar Robertson, who had a bag in the 60s? Elgin Baylor? Like Jerry West, not Jerry West. Wilt Chamberlain didn't even really have a bag. People relying on this fadeaway. I'm sorry, that's not a bag. This little flip scoop layup thing he used to do, that's not a bag. Like Wilt Chamberlain didn't have a bag. He just scored a lot of points. That wasn't bag.
Had a hook shot.
They dribble mostly with their right.
Had a finger roll, hook shot, fadeaway.
He had a finger roll and a fadeaway. I agree.
Mars, you said it best though. What happened is that 80 guys from the 80s and the 90s, you know, they grew up on their generation, and then they'll look at Kareem, they'll look at Wilt, they'll look at Bill Russell and see what they did, and they'll be like, oh yeah, they were that good, without no context of like who they actually were and really watching the games.
Yeah, the issue is in the 60s, it was like unanimous. Bill Russell was better than Wilt Chamberlain. But now we have like the old heads now, even they didn't see Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. So for the most part, especially if you listen to a lot of people, they're just going off Basketball Reference themselves. So they're not going off actually watching these games play or watching the context of the era. They're just seeing Wilt Chamberlain average 5,000 points and lose, whereas Bill Russell's averaging 20 points and winning. And they're just going straight, oh, he had a super team. No, if you watch the context of these games, Wilt Chamberlain's 50 points just weren't impacting the game like you would like them to. That's it. But I I don't want to hate on Will Chamberlain anymore. So there we go.
You don't want to hate on Will Chamberlain. It's cool, bro. And what you guys got to say about the playoffs or what we've been talking about today, man?
First of all, Embiid. At first when I saw the whole thing with Claxton, I thought he should have got ejected, and then I've seen the previous rulings with things like that. They're usually called flagrant ones. So now I've seen it, and I'm like, I think they were perfectly fine with giving him a flagrant one and Claxton giving a tech. I honestly think the Claxton tech at the end that got him ejected, I think he just did that like for show. I think he just did that to try to get in Embiid's head. I don't think he was unserious. Like it was like they weren't trying to win. They're trying to hurt. They're trying to hurt him. They're trying to hurt him. I mean, if you heard Doug Vaughn talking in the huddle, I mean, he's just saying you got to hit people, which that's what overmatched teams do. So,
but I mean, if you already got a tech, why at that moment flex on? Like I ain't saying don't. I ain't mad at he flexed on it, but at that moment, you already got a tech. You gonna, you know they're gonna call you for a tech.
At that point, they don't care about winning. They don't care about winning the series. They want to piss off. They want to make it at least tough. At least tough for the Sixers. They're not really concerned.
I like how it was looking.
What's your finals pick?
I need Denver and Philly in the finals because and then Philly's gonna probably lose in the finals because
you like how your pick is playing out.
Yes, 3-0. That's 3-0.
That's an ugly 3-0.
You're just hating.
I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm not a hater, bro. How am I a hater? Bro?
No.
An ugly 3-0. When have you ever said that for anybody?
That happens all the time. What are you talking about?
No, it does not.
Last season. Time out. Last season when the Boston Celtics swept the Nets, nobody was like, "Oh yeah, the Nets got killed." They was like, "No, it was a good game. It was a competitive game every single one of those times."
Okay,
they just swept them.
That's fine. It can be a good game. Now, that doesn't mean it was an ugly 3-0.
I'm not calling that an ugly sweep. This one in particular, the Sixers. They're not playing. People talk about the Kings not playing the best version of themselves. I've yet seen the Sixers play the best version of themselves. I've yet.
Game one was close. I'm not even mad at that. But calling it ugly 3-0, I think is just.
I mean,
have you seen the Sixers play the best version of themselves?
Game one was the closest, and
game
one was pretty good. Game two, no. Game three, no. So that
game three,
I don't even disagree with your overall point, but just calling it ugly 3-0 when they're doing literally everything in their power to just like.
What you mean, bro? You acting like you can't be winning. You acting like you can't be winning and it just be bad wins, bro.
If they can win 4 games a series ugly, they'll take it.
Yeah, they'll take it. Yeah,
and
they'll take it. I would take it too.
These games.
It's still ugly.
You would not win these games 4 years
winning
ago.
in game
being able to win ugly is like key to winning a championship.
Yeah,
this is a good thing. Winning that game,
but not against
not
the
win
Nets.
that game last year.
Not against the Nets, though. Come on.
Do you see what the Nets are doing, though? I know what you're saying, but do you see what the Nets are doing with Joel Embiid?
They're giving basketball. They're giving the blueprint for the Boston Celtics and the Bucks to beat them.
The Celtics ain't doing that. The Celtics are not doing that. They're not that dumb.
They're going to destroy the Sixers.
The Celtics are going to just triple team Joel Embiid. Is that what you're telling me?
I mean,
they're not doing that.
Look at how
they got lock up James Harden.
Looking. It's
obviously
they
got more playmakers.
It's obviously working. They could have one-on-one Marcus Smart or Jalen Brown or JT on James Harden easily.
James Harden will cook all of them.
Nah, he's not. He is not cooking them. Stop, bro.
I don't know about that.
I promise.
Joel Embiid is he's worrying. He's already getting hurt. It's
He's
like
what?
already just like my back. It's like damn, bro, you the most fragile player I've seen outside of AD.
Don't say fragile player. Don't say fragile. Kawhi Leonard needs to be in that category, bro. Y'all get me mad with that.
No, I'll get Kawhi. He's up. It's Kawhi, AD, and Joel.
Okay.
But at least like,
how's Joel still fragile?
I don't understand.
The last 2 years, he's just been playing. Like, how long did it take before you lose that reputation?
He's never played 2 back-to-back playoff series without getting injured. So of course we're gonna call him fragile.
I mean, it's not his fault. That's his face.
Last year was.
That's not his fault.
Last year was
just an accident, but that's just how
he was healthy last year. He's been healthy this year. Like, how long do you have to be healthy for before you're no longer considered fragile?
And also, he played 2021 on a torn meniscus. He played the entire series.
Mars, and this will be a life lesson for everybody, man. When you do a negative thing consistently, and then you stop doing it, no, it would take a very long time for that negative aura around your life to be exalted.
When did Steph stop being called fragile?
Is
it just because he won, or like because he still gets hurt? So when did he stop being called fragile?
Because he won.
He got hurt in 2018. He got hurt in 2020. He got hurt this year. He's been hurt like three significant times.
To start his career was all the ankle problems. Then you got in his prime, 2015 he was healthy. 2016 he's hurt in the playoffs, 2 separate injuries. 2017 he's healthy. 2018 he misses the first round of the playoffs with an injury. 2019 he goes into the playoffs with a hand injury. 2020 he misses the whole year with a broken hand, which was fraudulent. 2021 he's healthy, misses like 9 games, but he's healthy. Last year he's healthy.
Didn't he have a hurt?
Last year he's healthy, but then gets hurt going into the playoffs and misses the end of the season. And this year he missed like 20 games with 2 separate injuries. So Steph, like, why is he not called fragile anymore?
Because he won last year.
Like Kevin Durant, is Kevin Durant called fragile? Like, what's going on?
Kevin Durant
is. I don't see. I
like
have no
KD since he tore his Achilles, just missed a bunch of time. He's missed 2 separate seasons with injury,
and everyone gets.
I think they do.
Everyone
they do.
People acknowledge that KD,
but they don't call. You know what? They don't call KD as fragile as AD though, and that don't make sense because they should.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Like they just pick and choose who's fragile and who's not.
Embiid's played more games than both of them. Embiid's played more games than both of them. KD, AD. I don't know about Steph, because Steph was healthy in 2021, but Embiid has been playing games.
Oh, Mars, it's because they like KD's game more. That's it.
This stuff doesn't make like the fragile thing is. I'm not gonna lie, the media has such a huge influence on what people's like reputations are, and it's so annoying. Like the amount of like talking points you hear, like the media will say something about a player, and all of a sudden it's just taken as law, and it's true. Like. Yeah, but it's not true. The media just
all
lying.
Listen to is all you have to listen to is the media. So obviously they're gonna shape the narrative because everyone listens to the media.
Whatever people hear first will first be regarded as the truth. 100%. So when somebody spews that little narrative on a big platform, they'll think it's the truth, even though it's a lie, just because they heard it first. It is what it is. That's just how life works.
Well, that's what they do with all-time greats.
Kareem and Bill Russell.
So what?
Bill Russell's so disrespectful.
Yeah, the media spun lies about
but Mars,
exceptional career.
The reason KD don't get caught as fragile is probably because he doesn't miss a lot of postseason the way like all the other guys did. Like KD, 2019, 2019, but then after that, 2020. But then he been healthy for every single other postseason.
Well, yeah, because his team didn't make it in 2015 because he was hurt the whole year.
I mean, I'm just telling you, that's what they're saying. That's because we have the ability to see them in the playoffs. So then they're like, oh, you don't get hurt in the playoffs like that. So, you're not that fragile. Whenever you're in the playoff setting, the light on you gets brighter.
AD's been hurt in the playoffs once.
Yeah, but he don't make the playoffs like that. So they're just going to knock him for
but when KD don't make the playoffs, it's because he's hurt. It's fine.
Well, that only happened. That only happened 1 year though, right?
Yeah, 2020. The only time, the only time AD got hurt in the playoffs was 2021. Literally, the only time he's been hurt in the playoffs
against the Phoenix.
Yep. Unless I'm missing something, but like,
I don't think so.
Yeah, but he only made the playoffs 3 times, 4 times.
2015. 2015 and 2018, I think, might be the only time. And then 2020.
Well, 2020, yeah, I was gonna say.
And then playing on the Lakers, it really depends on where you're at, because playing on the Lakers too, like you're around LeBron James, so on the Lakers, so that light's gonna be on you.
LeBron won't be called fragile; he'll just be called old, right?
Yes, he will.
Yeah.
LeBron has.
LeBron has probably missed more games than
LeBron hasn't been fragile his whole career. So now at the age of 37, 38, 36, they're like, you're older, bro. So it's fine. Yeah, it should have been happening to you way sooner, but now it's happening to you now.
How many games did he play this year? Like 53?
52, 53, something like that.
Yeah, I think he missed 30 games.
Basically the same amount as Kawhi Leonard, who's fragile.
You know how many Embiid played 66 games this year?
No,
more than Giannis.
More than Giannis.
Yeah, is Giannis fragile? Because Giannis has been hurt in this is the second time he's been hurt in the postseason. Is Giannis fragile?
And he missed damn near 20 games this year.
No, he won.
He's a champion. It's
2-0. Oh my god, it's 2-0.
Arsenal is so disappointing. What is this?
So tough.
I do want to say this. The more and more I think about it, the more and more I'm like, yo, maybe 2020 was a bubble ring, bro. And it's crazy. Hear me out, right?
Say that. Yeah.
Hear me out. LeBron James, his injury problems started happening in what year? 2019.
19. Yes.
AD has been getting hurt for his whole entire career. The Lakers, after the 2020 stint when they won the chip, been getting hurt year in and year out by AD and LeBron James.
Yeah, anyone that denies that the rest period between like March and July didn't have an impact on the Lakers is lying.
That's exactly where
it clearly had an impact.
That's exactly where I'm going with it. So LeBron, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James,
Kawhi didn't get hurt.
AD, they had that rest period of not playing physical basketball during COVID. So then in the bubble, they were able to be ready to go. So in my head, it's like you're facing nothing but injured teams. You clearly benefited from taking that break, so you didn't get injured throughout the regular season or the postseason in 2020. Not gonna lie, bro.
I mean, but then they had like that
that's
2
crazy.
months.
It could be a bubble ring.
Then they have like a 2 month off season before they had to like restart like on Christmas that year.
60 days. Yep.
It's about
Now that probably didn't really help. That really didn't help.
And that's why a lot of people got hurt in 2021.
Yeah, well, that's 2021. But then every other year, you're still getting hurt. LeBron James got hurt in 2019. So it's like, what are we talking about? AD's been getting hurt before. So, I mean, I would hear that argument be applicable if it didn't happen literally the year before.
Yeah, Brown fans still hate Solomon. What's his name? Solomon Hill diving into his ankle.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, bro. I'm just thinking in my mind. That's all, bro. But hey, I salute to you guys, bro. Y'all be easy.
Wait, hold on. I just got one question. Mars.
Go ahead,
fam. Is this the greatest title? Is this title over? Is it over? It's done.
I never had us winning the league in the first place, but this is just depressing, man. This is
bro. I actually had hope.
No comment.
I actually had hope. Like 2 weeks ago, I was saying we're going to win the league, but now it's over.
I didn't even give myself hope, and somehow I still feel hopeless. This is so sad.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. We go again next year.
One more thing, guys. I think for me, I think KD needs at least one more MVP and probably this ring this year, possibly. For me to crack my top 10 because I can't put him over Wood or Hakeem yet.
Can't put him over who?
Wood or Hakeem.
You shouldn't be ranking Will, and Hakeem Olajuwon should be higher.
Shouldn't be ranking.
I'm not gonna lie. The Hakeem at the people who don't have Hakeem in their top 10 confuse me.
Yeah.
I don't understand how Hakeem isn't. Well, okay, I understand it's the accolade people, but it doesn't make sense to me that you can watch Hakeem and then tell me that he's not a top 10 player of all time. It doesn't make sense to me at all.
Because he won rings. He won rings when MJ was in the league. That's why.
MJ was there in '95.
Nah, but that don't count because he only.
He only played.
I mean, he only got out of the second round. Like what?
They discount Hakeem Olajuwon and
he made the finals 3 times. Who cares?
They discount Hakeem Olajuwon weirdly, oddly so, because MJ wasn't in the league, and despite the fact he was a 6th seed, despite the fact he was an underdog majority of the time, despite the fact that in 1986 he beat the Showtime Lakers, they just don't count those things for Hakeem Olajuwon only because he won rings when MJ wasn't there. They really would count those. A lot of people count Michael Jordan going 8-0 because they don't think he would have lost in those years, which is ridiculous to me.
People just don't watch basketball because there's no way you watch basketball and then tell me Hakeem isn't top 10. It's impossible.
10 players,
but
it really is top 5. But that's pushing.
I got Hakeem at 6, but I can.
You have him 4, Dub. That might be
I can understand him as low as 8. But once you start trying to say, oh, he's 11 or 12 or Steph Curry's over Hakeem, I'm like, okay, you're dragging it. But Giannis is gonna be on Hakeem's level with a championship. Nah, be quiet.
Yeah,
I've seen that. Yeah.
That was such a great stream. I'm not even gonna lie. That was so fun. But hey, y'all be easy, fellas. Salute to y'all, bro. Y'all be safe, man.
Cheers.
Salute, bro. Phil Jackson over Pop, just being real from Save John. I know I butchered that name. Lenny Williams with another one. Appreciate you, brother. LeBron created media, debates, and free thinking.
Facts.
He's the Ben Franklin of our generation.
LeBron also abolished slavery as well. Don't forget to give him credit for that.
Yeah, he has a beard just like Abraham Lincoln. That's right. Save John with another one. Philly second round frauds, masterclass incoming.
They're about to beat Boston in round 2, so
they're not. I promise you.
Okay.
Lanny Williams, Braun not dropping 60 on the Celtics his second year. I don't think so either.
Watching how that Boston team is playing defense, he might. Bill Walton ain't guarding LeBron James, but as well.
They'll shrink the floor on him though. That's all.
Yeah. Dub MJ ain't really have a jump shot in the second year. It was better than LeBron, but they were just letting MJ get to the rim.
He had a mid-range shot.
Yeah, but Danny Ainge isn't. They were still shrinking. 2-1. Okay. That's good. They were still shrinking the floor on MJ. It's just like when it's Danny Ainge, the one shrinking the floor. I'm like. But that's just me kind of trolling the 86 Celtics. I don't know if LeBron dropped 60. I don't care. But when I watched that game, I wasn't highly impressed. I'll just say that.
By the Celtics defense?
Yeah. But I understand the context of the era. But when I was just watching it because this is when I was on my Kobe Bryant's a better scorer than MJ because of illegal defense. So I was just kind of like just violating the whole 80s and 90s defense. And the 86 Celtics were just clear frauds when it comes to that.
Okay, cool. Everyone had the same amount of rest in 2020. Where was the Lakers' specific advantage?
Because they had an older guy in LeBron and they had an injury-prone guy in AD, so them benefiting from those guys getting that rest gives them more of an advantage than like the Bucks getting rest because the Bucks didn't really need rest. That's the difference. Plus, LeBron bubble ring doesn't count. Well,
took the words right out of my mouth, man.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yo, real quick. I know I'm back on here, but I just want to make a quick point. My fault. I got disconnected. I had a phone call. But real quick, I just wanted to say this because I've been looking for this dude, Crunch Time, ever since I first got on here. He's been ducking me. I've had nothing but smoke for him. I've been texting, looking for him. Tell him when you see him, stop running. And also, Def, it's not the KD Warriors. It's Stephen Curry's team, bro. Get it through your head.
Ah, you're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. Oh, I was going to let it back up. Oh, that's funny. Salute to you, Cowboy Bob. Salute to you. Appreciate the support.
Yo, what's good, twin?
Mars, you had Philly reaching the final, right?
Mm-hmm.
You might be on something.
Come on, man. I know, boo, man.
You know, all three Philly teams, like in Philadelphia, all three Philly sports teams have made finals in like your sport this year, but they all lost though. So
I don't care about them winning or losing.
You do realize
they make the finals. I'll be out.
You do realize that happened in 2017 as well, and they tried that little narrative, but
yeah, but 2017 that's Embiid's first year. Like that's different. This is prime Embiid, MVP Embiid, different.
I want them to lose too. I hate Philadelphia all my life.
That's crazy. I would love for the city of Philadelphia.
Would you go to a finals game though?
I would go to celebrate, bro.
As a Heat fan.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Dub where the party's at, man. He don't care about the team.
So you're gonna be celebrating the team that you don't like winning.
No, I want them to win. I just don't think they're gonna win.
If they played Miami, who would you want to win?
Miami.
Miami's in their conference.
Yeah, I would want Miami to win.
No comment. Okay.
So Mars, it's almost like, you know how Fluent has his love for like the Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like I'm right next to Philly. I'm a Eagles fan as well. So like I'd want the Sixers to win the championship.
Okay, so what about the Knicks? What about the Knicks?
Nah, bro, I just don't like the fucking Knicks. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know why. I wouldn't go up there.
Is it Julius Randle? Is it Julius Randle? Or is it before Julius Randle?
It was been. I just don't like the Knicks. Maybe because the way they handled Melo. That's
so
why.
definitely if the Nets won, you would have made your way to the parade.
Nah, I wouldn't have made my way to.
No, you would have. When KD was there, you
definitely would have. KD won 2021, you would have definitely made it.
Oh yeah, maybe I would have. You're right. Yeah,
you know
you
would have done. You know you would have done.
Yeah, Kyrie up there. Oh yeah, Kyrie up there. You feel me? Nets used to be New Jersey. You know what? I would do that. But you gotta understand, I'm an Eagles fan too, so it's like Philly has a special place in my heart. I don't know
why you're not a Dolphins fan.
Why the hell would I be a Dolphins fan?
They're Miami.
They suck.
They're Miami. Oh, so you're a bandwagon. Okay.
Yeah, I became a fan because of Dwayne Wade and Shaq.
Oh, when they won.
That's when
so you're a bandwagon, I'm a bandwagon. Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah, but I stayed with my team. I didn't switch up and just start repping the Houston Rockets.
The only reason I root for Golden State is because as a 2-year-old, the only team that got any coverage in the NBA in the UK at that point was Golden State and Cleveland, and LeBron James' hairline was bad, so I didn't support him.
That's funny as hell, actually. That's cool. I don't mind that though.
Yo, Mars.
Yes.
Don't get cooked again.
We all know the reasons. On your dreams, though. We all know the reasons why you chose 76ers, but like, what would it take what would the 76ers have to do to legitimately beat Boston?
Oh, like from like an actual X's and O's standpoint, not just me being biased.
Actual no, yeah.
I don't think they can, but it would be like, I think the 3-point line is going to be key in that series. I think Philly are an elite 3-point shooting team, so Boston. I think it's about who can run each other off the 3-point line the best. Embiid has to be just like Al Horford. I'm sorry, you have to have no shot with Joel Embiid. He has to be physically imposing. He has to get to the free throw line a million times. I think Tyrese Maxey. I think the transition game will be key, and that's with Tyrese Maxey. But I think the key would be forcing Boston to play an inside-out game. You don't want them to you don't want them to be at the 3-point line. If you can make them play inside, that plays to Embiid's strengths, protecting the rim, and you can get out in transition. But if you give them wide open shots from free, they're going to win. And I think that's what's going to happen. I do think realistically they're going to win. But to stand by my pick, I think that's the way Philly would have to go and approach it, just to have a chance. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to win in 6 games. There we go.
Derek White is about to molest James Harden. You're hearing it from me right now.
Nah, James Harden's going to turn back to MVP Harden. Watch.
He's about to shoot 35% from the field.
James Harden can shoot 35% from the field and still be the best player in the series.
I just want everybody to know when I get proven right in the playoffs, bro. I want Ace 30 up here. I want everybody up here that was arguing me about the Bucks and the Sixers and everything. Just come up to just apologize.
Are you going to apologize if the Bucks make the finals?
You falling, Dub.
So then don't expect apologies from other people.
That's crazy.
No.
See, Dub, you're starting to sound ill of the ticket disease. All right, you're starting to just take parts of what I said and then make your own narrative. What I said specifically to you was I too don't have the Bucks come up east. I chose the Celtics. But what I told you was, I argue against your arguments in just how much transparent of a Bucks hater you were. To say they didn't get better, to say they 2021 run was a flawed. I'm like, come on, bro. That's just pure. That's just like,
No. All right, so now you know what you're gonna do. Now I'm gonna say exactly what you just told me before, right? You're just mincing my words. I said them going on a 16-game winning streak and 21-2 run is great and everything, but don't put all this. And I wasn't even arguing with you, Ace 30. I was arguing with the chat, putting so much stock into that as if they're the favorites for the East. I did not agree with at all. I did not agree with that way of thinking at all, especially putting in the context of they weren't going up against crazy talent. That's all that I was saying from that. But you're just mincing my words, the same thing you're trying to accuse me of.
And to be honest with you, Dub, like the reason why
you're cooked, you're cooked, bro. You're cooked. You're done, bro. It's fine. It's cool. You're done.
Hey, but there was some Trae Young slander going on earlier in this show, and that's just unacceptable. Like, the reasons being given were dumb as hell. Who was it? Was it Context that said that that Trae Young needs to be a floor general? Like, he needs to be a floor general for who exactly? The Hawks are generating open threes, which I think that's his job. They're generating like the most open threes in this playoffs, I think, and they're just shooting horribly. So like, he's doing his job there.
Trae Young, I don't think anybody was talking about Trae Young like that. I think they were talking about the Sixers and James Harden.
No, I'm talking about earlier. Context.
It's all about Trae Young? Though.
Yeah, the first group.
Oh yeah, I don't remember actually. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember
it was right before. The people that say that Jordan would have won the year that he came back, or like the year that if he was there the full year, the people that say Hakeem wouldn't have won that second ring. I don't think they realized that team, when Jordan came back, their power forward, Horace Grant, was on the Orlando Magic by then. Dennis Rodman was not on the team yet. So your big man is Luke Longley, and you have to be against Shaq and Horace Grant on a team who in that playoff series was killing them. Both of them were. And then Hakeem went in and beat that team that swept that boy, or that killed that man, MJ. Mm-hmm. So how are you expecting Hakeem to lose to MJ when he beat the team that MJ couldn't beat?
Because, bro, they just believe in MJ and his aura, bro.
They need to believe in Hakeem and his body. That being a big body, man.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, bro. But that's just what it is, man. People just live off of nostalgia rather than who they really think is just better team or better at basketball.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's more so the fact that the Rockets were just simply a bad matchup for the Bulls, like as a team.
Yeah, a terrible
That's
matchup.
what, like when Jordan came back, like without Horace Grant, they had no interior force, no help on the boards.
Yep,
And
Rodman didn't get there.
That's the real reason why they lost to Orlando. They had no answer for their interior presence.
Yeah, Shaq and Horace Grant was horsing them, getting in the paint. Like they had nobody to stop them and nobody to get the board.
All right, hold up. My bad. Somebody's saying this. I beg, let's stop making crazy hypotheticals. Listen, I need you to I need everybody to understand something. Everything in the basketball world and the decision which people make are based off of hypotheticals. Everything. So to try, don't get me wrong, I do think some hypotheticals are a bit extreme, but it's prevalent in today's day, and it's prevalent in just basketball talks in general, especially when decisions are being made because of hypotheticals, bro. So just stop trying to eliminate that, because I think it's valid in some cases. Not all of it, but in some cases it is valid.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like they scout, my bad. They scout players in college, they scout people overseas and putting a hypothetical on, oh yeah, how can they fit in this scenario and what's the best version of themselves? They'll put in a scheme based on a hypothetical where I think that this can work out. Like that's all it is, bro.
Yeah.
It's more so when people get disrespectful, when you just disagree with the hypothetical. Like Dub, like remember that first time show where you said you believe the Rockets could beat the Warriors in 2018? Like that's a hypothetical if Chris Paul Davis get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of remember a lot of backlash you was getting for that. I'm like, yes, a hypothetical, but at the same time, like, why am I getting this much backlash? You can disagree, but why am I getting insulted? And like, is that outstanding word when the series went 7? Like it wasn't, and they had the number 1 seed. It wasn't a far-fetched idea to say they could possibly win the series. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what the real problem is. It's a matter of disrespect that comes with the disagreement of it. But just like a hypothetical, your side could be just as right as my side is a hypothetical.
Mm-hmm. And I agree. I agree wholeheartedly because I'm guessing the person with the comment was addressing Zay and his point. Like the hypothetical he created was actually a valid one. They didn't have Horace Grant. They had Shaquille O'Neal on the Orlando Magic, and the Bulls got decimated because of that. Well, the same thing would happen if MJ was able to go to the finals against Hakeem Olajuwon and them boys, which they beat. So it's just, I just don't like it how people just be like, whenever you bring any type of hypothetical, oh, you're just basing things on hypotheticals now. No, bro, it's like not all hypotheticals are the same.
And that's not even a hypothetical for real. Like MJ was on the team, like that was the team. I'm not taking Horace Grant off the team or something. He wasn't there. Like the team as constructed lost to the team that Hakeem beat. For the same reason, they had 3-point shooters, they had shooters on their team, and they had low post players that the Bulls could not defend.
Facts. So yeah, that's just all I had to say to that. My bad, guys.
And I'm really getting sick of watching the NBA playoffs this year. The referees are so inconsistent that, like, at any moment, anything could happen with any player. That could get ejected off of like nothing. Because I'm watching the Philly game. I don't think it was fair to eject Harden, but not eject a player like Embiid, Claxton. You eject Draymond. Like what Embiid did was flat out like worse than what Harden did. We've seen Harden do things like that multiple times. He does it almost every game. Maybe not to that extent, but he does it. So what are you ejecting him for in a playoff scenario?
I don't even think it was a flagrant foul.
I don't think it was neither. He does it like all the time. Every time he goes in paint.
Yeah, so I don't know I don't know what the refs were thinking with that one, but
yeah, I would have been cool.
They're just hating on playoff James Harden, man. They know he's going to the finals. It is what it is.
I wouldn't even be mad if Embiid got ejected for what he did, but then you eject Harden the same game for something way less.
Yo, this is completely random, but what's a more unstoppable combination? Westbrook with Curry jump shot or Magic with Scottie Pippen defense?
Magic is Scottie Pippen defense.
You said who's more unstoppable?
In their time.
Yeah, you can do it like that. You can do it like that if you want.
Magic with Scottie Pippen's defense is probably the best player to ever exist.
That's fair.
Do you think KD? Well, obviously, I don't think KD will leave. Oh man, Jesus Christ, Westbrook will. Westbrook
I'm not gonna lie. Westbrook with Curry
on the OKC teams.
Yeah, but if we're talking about,
bro, that's crazy. Like
the way I think about Westbrook with Curry's jump shot is just liable for even worse decision making.
That's fair.
Westbrook
if Westbrook is actually capable of making any shot he takes, do you know how much worse his shot selection is going to be? Like he will shoot anything now when he can't make it. If he just starts shooting contested 40-footers because he can make it sometimes, I don't know how much value that's really like. At some point, you're giving some of that.
I think that's a good point.
At that point, it'd be an athletic Trae Young.
You need to change Westbrook's IQ in order for
exactly. Like you give him the ability to make any shot, he will take any shots. Like
do you also take in the fact that it wouldn't necessarily make with Magic having Scottie Pippen's defense, it wouldn't necessarily make him a better scorer. He will still be somewhat of a limited score even for his time period.
I think Magic, like if we're talking about peak Magic, like 87 to like 90, I don't think he was a limited scorer. I think the volume was like questionable, but he had the mid-range game, he had the post game, he had the transition. Like I wouldn't call him a limited scorer. I'd call him more of a reluctant scorer than limited. And yes, I do think he would still have the reluctancy to score, but Magic, like peak Magic, is arguably the best offensive player ever. If you then combine that with the best like perimeter wing defender of all time, you have like the perfect perimeter player to ever play basketball at that point. I'm like, it's kind of hard to argue against that.
I think instead of a Curry jump shot, I think if you gave Westbrook like
don't give Westbrook anything.
If you gave Westbrook Chris Paul playmaking and IQ ability, I think he would be way better than a Curry jump shot. I don't think he needs the jump shot to be a better player. It's the IQ.
In this
decision making.
In this little verses, bro, Westbrook can't be in this conversation. You gotta have to put somebody else.
That's what I was gonna switch it. I was gonna switch. Replace Westbrook with Penny, but with Derrick Rose athleticism. They help it.
No, Magic's still better.
I mean Penny himself was already in the league.
Yeah, Penny was pretty athletic.
Like he wasn't Derrick. He wasn't
Derrick Rose. No.
Yeah, but I don't know how much that really moves the needle, in my opinion. Like compared to Magic and Scottie Pippen's defense.
Yeah, it's not going to move the needle at all. I think I think you could do Magic with Scottie's defense, and if we're going to give somebody's Curry shooting, Giannis.
Nah, they're not.
Well, that's unfair.
How is it unfair? I think that's a good one. Who do you think is better?
Giannis.
Giannis with Curry.
Giannis.
Mars?
Yeah, Giannis. Yeah.
Probably Giannis. Magic with Scottie Pippen's defense, or Jokic with Hakeem's defense.
Well, Magic will be the better defender. He's 6'9". He'll be the better defender. Wait. What you said?
Magic with Scottie Pippen's defense.
No. He said with Hakeem.
Jokic with Hakeem's defense.
It basically has carbon copies, but like one is a perimeter player, and one's
the best.
Magic.
Like they're the same player.
Jokic would be the best center.
I'm going with Jokic.
Going with Magic.
I think that level of rim protection with that type of playmaking, that's
crazy.
That's unstoppable. Like I can still scheme super Magic in a way. You know what I'm saying? I can't. There's no defensive or offensive set I can take Jokic out of the super Jokic out of that play. There's nothing I can do.
Magic.
Why?
Do you really want me to answer?
Yes.
Essentially, it's damn near creating the same exact person. One of the best offensive players in Magic Johnson, probably the best offensive center in Jokic, and one of the best offensive players as well, and giving them the best big man, the best defending big man in NBA history, then the best perimeter wing in NBA history. We're essentially just picking needles at this point because it's the same exact player. It's just one plays on the perimeter and the other's playing as a big man. I would just value Magic.
I chose Super Jokic because he was a better scorer. No, he's a better scorer than Magic, the Super Magic. Super Joker's better scorer than Super Magic. That's what I think it is. They both gonna be dominant defensively. They both go dominate playmaking. They both gonna control the pace. But I personally believe Joker, as he is now, still a better scorer than Magic. So you combine that with the defense, he's still a better scorer.
I just value.
I also think
Hakeem's also just a better defender.
I was about to say Hakeem's a better defender than Pippen
because he's rim protecting.
No, he's rim protecting, but like if you talking about like separate them, they're like 1 and 2 at what they do. Yeah, they 1 and 2 what they do.
Hakeem Olajuwon, I wouldn't even be mad at him for being the best defender. But then who's a better offensive player to you, Magic Johnson and Jokic?
Magic. Like peak Magic is higher than peak Jokic offensive.
Magic only because we need more sample size than Joker. That's why.
It's unclear. Once I see some sample size of Jokic, he's gonna be in some very high regard offensively.
I feel
he already is, but higher regard.
Magic, I think the defense is not that far off, and then with Magic being a better offensive player, I'm going.
But do you think Magic is a better offensive player, or are you just going with what we think?
No, I think Magic's a better offensive player.
Okay.
The playmaking is insane.
Like I said before, from my big position, I'm not going to lie. Like from my big position, is like the passing for me is like I don't really like care too much for. I don't really do. I think the passing from the point guard position is crucial. I think you could affect the game in way more ways the way Magic could.
But Dub, do you think you get more? You think you get more offensive flexibility with your big be able to pass at that level?
I think the offensive flexibility comes from Jokic's ability to stretch the defense with his shooting ability, not really because of his passing.
Do you factor in Magic's ball dominance versus Jokic's lack of ball dominance at all when you think of them offensively?
But that's just because one is a perimeter player.
I do factor it in, and that's why like Magic with the ball in his hands, I do value that more because of that.
Like the fit with other people around Magic is like you'd argue it's more questionable unless you're like a big, right? Jokic, not offensively, there's no question with anyone's fit. Like
I don't think
Anthony Davis next to Jokic, you could put Steph Curry.
Yeah, that works.
Whoever you put around him, it works just because of his lack of ball dominance. Whereas
his
Magic is a lot more heliocentric.
I disagree with that because this guy was playing with James Worthy, Jamal Wilkes, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Norm Nixon. He played with a bunch of perimeter guys at the same time with a big man, and everybody was eating.
James Worthy was more of a transition, like play finisher than a like play initiator. Norm Nixon, when he was next to Magic, was actually more of the primary ball handler than Magic Johnson was. Magic Johnson played like more as like a secondary playmaker at that point. Jamal Wilkes
that helps my point though.
Yeah, but that was just a worse version of Magic Johnson. Like Magic Johnson was just a worse player. Then you got Jamal Wilkes, who was like, I wouldn't call him a play finisher like James Worthy, but he was more of like, how do I compare Jamal Wilkes to someone without being disrespectful? Like, I'm not trying to say on like the caliber of player.
Is he like Jimmy?
Jamal Wilkes, like if I think of like his role on the offense, he was more like it was like James Worthy's role, but with outside shooting instead of like slashing. Like that was his role. I didn't want to compare him to a current player and then be called disrespectful. So that was his more of it. He was also more of a play finisher in my opinion. And then Kareem, that's a post player. So I think he works with post players and he's great at finding those interior guys. So I have no problem with that. But Jokic, he works with post players because he can stretch the defense out himself with his playmaking. He works with point guards because the dribble handoff game, the pistol five, is immaculate. so
yeah, I'm not giving Jokic credit for that in my mind. I'm just not.
I just wanted to know if that was just a factor for anyone.
It's a factor for me. I think his ability with the ball in his hands to create. And I think that Magic Johnson can't fit with anybody else the same way Jokic can. I do think Jokic is better off ball. I do think the value in offense is coming from Jokic and his ability to stretch the defense out because he's a big who could shoot. And that's where he could take advantage and where I'll key in on. But I think Magic Johnson and everything he could bring is just overall better.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I have a hypothetical. Do you think like don't go off like name value in this question? Because it will sound strange, but do you think like stylistically, if you were to put the current Milwaukee Bucks against the 2000 Lakers, that it'll be a 7-game series?
What?
2000 Lakers.
What?
So before Kobe became Kobe? Or you mean the 2001?
Oh, they're getting. I don't give a damn. Whichever.
No.
Whichever Lakers, they're getting killed. They're getting killed.
You're saying out name value, but think of it. Just think of it.
Right now, the current Milwaukee.
Wait, what era are we playing in? What era are we playing in?
Whatever era, they're getting killed.
No, let's make this. What era are we playing in?
I put Shaq on fucking Giannis.
We can play.
Well, that's not a good idea, though. I wouldn't do that.
The Bucks don't even run pick and roll though. Like they're not even gonna get Giannis out the paint. Like that's the biggest issue for me.
Yeah,
like,
no, but
they don't play the style that hinders Shaq defensively.
There's no way we're asking.
No, but they have a lot of 3-point shooters. Lopez.
Yeah, but Shaq would be on Giannis in the half court. He wouldn't be on Brook Lopez.
And he'll be at the top of the key. So
yeah, but Shaq can just gap him, and then you have like Rick Fox on Brook Lopez. Right. You're fine.
Yeah, it's more so.
Did they have
it's more
in
so
2001? Let me double check.
I'm not sure. I know he's on. I know he's in like. I know he was definitely in 2002. I don't remember 2000.
Let me see their lineup.
Because the reason why that matters is like
Grant.
2000 and 2001 and
2001,
in 2000. I believe 2001 they shot amazing as a team. That's why
that 3-point shooting. Yeah. That's why they never lost in the playoffs because they couldn't miss.
Yeah, they couldn't miss.
Isaiah Ryder off the bench, man. People forgot about him. Isaiah Ryder, not bad shooter.
But I'm still going 2000 because I just simply Shaq at this point is a better player than Giannis, and I think the Lakers still have enough game plan and weaknesses to slow the game down enough to make it a half-court game. And then yes, you're giving up some things like in terms of like the Bucks still spread you out, but I think in a half-court setting, you putting Shaq on there. On Giannis in the half court will still deter him a little bit. And Jrue Holiday and Middleton are still inconsistent scorers. So
I'm coached by this coaching. I'm coached by this coaching. So
and you got Kobe.
Mars, that's a
Mars, I want to say nobody even said Kobe. I don't think Jrue Holiday.
Yeah, we ain't even said a word about Kobe Bryant. What's going on?
Nobody even said Kobe.
Yeah, I don't care how good a defender Jrue Holiday is. He can't stop Kobe. I ain't gonna lie.
Especially in the pick and roll action. Bro, who's guarding? I'm not. Giannis is not guarding Shaq. At all.
No, it'll be Brook
Lopez.
They put Brook Lopez.
They would definitely.
No, I'm not saying he can, but I'm saying they will put Brook Lopez.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, they would definitely have two guys on Shaq.
Brook Lopez can't hold Jokic. Like
he can't hold
Jokic. He ain't holding Shaq.
He ain't holding Shaq. He's not holding them, bro. At all.
I mean, if we play in today's era, Shaq might get fouled out trying to kill Brook Lopez like that. They might just give him a foul every play.
But speaking of Bud, I wanted to ask Morris that question. You think that's the only thing that's stopping Bud from being an all-time great coach? Is his inability to have that same offensive system without a superstar and his inability to implement superstar with that same offensive system? You think that's the only thing that's stopping him from being an all-time great coach?
The only thing, no, I think his lack of adjustments within games and series is a huge indictment on him. But I do think that's a big hindrance with him, the fact that he seems unable to coach superstars to a high level. I don't think there's any all-time great coach who's been unable to coach superstars. So that's a big hindrance with him. But I think my biggest issue with him is just his inability to make adjustments within games and series. Like he has a game plan, and I think that's the same issue that Doc Rivers has. They stick to their guns no matter how much is being outplayed. And then they're just willing to die on that swords, and I think that's the issue Coach Bud has. So
who do you think
Coach Bud's just not that good, man.
And like they don't change a single thing depending on what team they're playing. Like no matter what team they play, they run the same scheme. Like, and that's not gonna work.
I gotta rotate the guests, man. But y'all be safe. Zay, it was good seeing you, Mr. E.
Hey, be safe out here, twin. It's getting dangerous, man.
What's your prediction for the score of Arsenal?
Hey,
we're gonna come back, man. 3-2, man. We're gonna come back 3-2.
Hey, Warriors in 6-2, man. Stop playing with that man Curry.
Okay, buddy.
Fire. Hey, y'all be easy, man. Salute. I got some super chats, and then we're gonna let as many people up here as possible. Celtics winning it all. They are ahead of the Bucks.
That's in. Oh.
It's okay, Mars. Don't worry. Nah, Perk really changed the MVP convo. LMFAO. That's funny as hell. I don't think they changed it because of Kendrick Perkins, though. They changed it because of Joel Embiid just playing great. Went on a crazy
He's just the MVP. That's what it is.
Yeah. Mars, Bucks fare well against the C's with drop coverage.
I think Brook Lopez being able to play more of a high drop this year probably helps them more against the Celtics. But I do think if it's not working with Brook Lopez, even in the high drop, you can just go small with Giannis at the 5, and he provides you some pick and roll versatility in that aspect. Whether or not Coach Bud will do that, Who knows? But they do have more. I do think they have more options in terms of pick and roll coverages this year than they have had in previous years defensively against like 3-point shooting teams.
You already know what he gonna do, man. He gonna have Bobby Portis out there, bro.
Facts.
Mars Bucks farewell against
Jesus.
Indoor voices. So Braun and AD clears league when fully healthy.
No, they don't clear the league. They just play against an injured team in the finals. That's what happens.
Yep, that's true. You ready for me to let everybody through?
Mm-hmm.
This is the last guest we're bringing on for today, bro. So it's for everybody's information, man.
You're.
What's up?
Yo.
Hello, guys. How are y'all?
What's going on, everybody?
Jordan, you cut your hair? Why?
I did it. I dyed my hair.
Oh, you dyed your hair.
Oh, you dyed it. I was about to say.
I cannot go out here being bald. Please stop. No.
Got you. Hey, Leaf.
Yo.
What's up?
Matter of fact, hey, Leaf. Hey, Leaf.
What?
No, hey. Talk all that. All that.
Oh.
We're gonna win the game.
They still.
Why y'all flexing? Why are Sixers fans flexing the next wins? What the hell are we doing? Like, what are we doing, dog? This is our first round game. Y'all flexing this shit, bro.
Hold up. Time out. Now I'm up. Yo, Dub, can I go off? This the last session?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Leaf. Talk. Speak. Here's your mic.
My bad. Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, why the fuck is they flexing? Like, they did something, bro. Like, first off, Joel was piss poor yesterday, bro. Like, the only real reason that we lost the game because we put the ball in Dinwiddie's bum ass hands, and we didn't get the ball in fucking Bridges, and Cam Johnson was killing. Like, so why? I'm like, why is y'all flexing, bro? Like, y'all going so fucking weird, bro. Like, what?
You're going.
Not gonna lie, the Sixers not right. The Sixers not moving me, bro. The next round is y'all real test. Like, y'all beating the Nets. Like,
lose next round, but I'm flexing on Leaf because he said
they're not losing.
Oh, okay. All right. If you flexing on Leaf, that's different. But the Sixers fans, I hope Sixers fans really not flexing this weak ass fucking dub, bro.
We're about to get beaten by Boston next round. We're not gonna stand a chance. We might get swept, low key. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all need to beat Boston. There is no rivalry. Like, y'all need to make a rivalry.
The bottom line is, bro, like it just summed up the whole night. That was the worst night of playoff basketball ever, bro. Like, by far.
Y'all got closed by Tyrese Maxey. How do you feel?
Not a bad night for you.
Bro, you saying that like Tyrese Maxey is scrub though?
He's not. He would be our best player, but you know.
Tyrese Maxey should be the number 2.
He carrying.
He should.
Tyrese,
we got Fat Man over here.
Even though I thought James Harden was playing well, but I didn't think he was gonna get ejected for the shit that he did.
Yeah, that was bogus. That was bogus as fuck.
That was kind of bogus because and then they ejected Claxton. That was just the referees taking control of the game.
Shout out Royce O'Neal for that flop.
Call the hat. Listen.
He hit him. He hit him
in the nuts. He low blowed him.
Definitely. It was a little tap, but he was selling it though. He was selling it. He put a little sauce on it. He put a little sauce on it.
But we know how James Harden like to drive to the basket and use the offhand though. Like, I didn't expect him to use the offhand in that sequence the way he used it. The way he used it, he just didn't know where he was hit. He thought he was gonna move his leg or something. He knew what he was doing. Nah, he didn't know he was gonna hit him low. He didn't know he was gonna hit him low, bro.
It wasn't on purpose. I get what y'all. It's not on. It wasn't on purpose.
I don't care. You're getting swept. You told me you weren't. So I'm flexing.
It wasn't on purpose.
Nah. Joel's was more incidental because he had the chance to think about it and then he kicked him.
No, he kicked him. He kicked that nigga.
Yeah, he definitely kicked him.
I can't believe he didn't get ejected.
Was definitely on.
I saw that.
That was crazy. Yeah, he didn't get ejected. That was crazy to me.
That was wild. But overall in the game,
Embiid, man.
Realistically in the game, and then we seen a Cam Thomas sighting in the second quarter. I'm like, what the fuck is the coaching staff thinking now? I'm like, all right. Then the third quarter, we finally get the fucking lead. Cam Johnson was playing his ass off, bro. Like, he was hitting damn near.
Bro, right. Shout out Cam Johnson.
Yeah,
hey,
Cam Johnson was hitting
Pistons legend, bro. Next year, come get your bag, boy. Come to the D. Come get your bag, man.
Come where?
Come to Detroit. Come get your bag, my boy.
We don't want him.
He's gonna get robbed for it.
I don't know if he's doing that, but
come get your bag.
Yeah, but Cam Johnson was playing about as well as he could play. Mikal was still attacking.
Because I like
the real hit was when Claxton went out because he was basically the half court offense with the dribble handoff. Like they worked around him. That's what it was, bro.
Half-court offense being Nicholas Claxton handoffs is hilarious. When y'all hate
that shit is funny, bro. Him sitting at the top of the key waiting for a jump off.
Watch the fucking game, bro. What are you talking about?
Hey, Mars.
He was just no. Claxton was sitting at the top of the key most plays, waiting for a handoff.
Top of the key, making the passes around the screen.
I didn't say.
You won a home game. You did your job.
Listen, the bottom line is we need a ball handler, bro. Dinwiddie ain't cutting it, bro. That shit ain't. That shit.
Arsenal gonna win this game.
Hey, the D'Lo reunion.
Arsenal gonna come back.
Nah, Dinwiddie is not cutting it, bro. He need to get the fuck
on.
on.
I'm being Arsenal.
Arsenal gonna come back and win the game.
Oh, yeah, of course we are. Don't doubt us.
No.
We'll come back.
Okay.
Just chill
No, Arsenal's gonna Arsenal. I don't
understand. The Warriors game, I tried to watch that shit with Bobby, bro. That shit was hard to watch. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I ain't gonna lie. I saw.
They couldn't hit no fucking threes, bro.
Yeah,
that's been the story of the whole series.
They weren't ready, bro. They weren't ready, bro. They felt that playoff pressure.
We expect them to have at least one game, though.
Yeah, one game is coming.
It's coming.
Like, there's no way.
So you think? Do you think that game is coming? Do you think that game is coming in Game 4?
No.
If I had to guess, it may come in Game 4, but I think they may still lose Game 4. So they should probably hope that game comes in Game 4.
I hope. Yeah, if it come in Game 4 and they still lose, then that's a problem.
Remember, Golden State, they didn't have a good shooting game yet either.
Neither team shot the ball well.
Neither team shot the ball well, but the difference
those was games you gotta win.
They rebounded. That's the problem. Like Looney had about 20 rebounds and 9 assists.
Yeah, this series, every game came down to offensive rebound and turnovers.
Turnovers, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, turnovers.
So we're not gonna talk about how Kawhi sold the Clippers though.
He had a knee
sprain.
So
yo, Leafy, you gotta stop, bro. Stop. Please stop.
Somebody to explain.
All right, look. I'm only gonna speak on Kawhi one time, and I'm an actual Kawhi fan. This is probably one of the only times we've seen Kawhi not just be hurt in the playoffs, be hurt, not come and play a game when he knows it's all on the line. When the fuck has Kawhi ever had the chips on the table and folded like that? It's like when he had the chips on the table and not performed and not showed up. Because in the bubble, we can talk about Game 7 and all that. Paul George was fucking terrible all series, and Kawhi had the Clippers on his back in the bubble. Kawhi had the Clippers on his back in the bubble. And he had it on
in the bubble.
Game 7 they sold. Game 7 he sold, but Kawhi that whole series had the Clippers on his back while Paul George was selling them.
I think the bubble was a collective effort of selling, bro. Like
that's why I say Game 7. That's why I say it's collective because Game 7. Kawhi, you had to show up Game 7. No excuses. I don't care. You played great. 6 games. Game 7, you got to be there.
You got to show up game
the year he tore his ACL against the Mavericks when he closed them out with a fucking 30 piece on a torn ACL. And what did people say after he got hurt? Oh, he can't stay healthy. He did the shit on a torn ACL. Then sat out the next season. What they say?
But
he never plays.
Here's the thing about Kawhi. The Kawhi and the injuries. How many times we gonna keep using? He got hurt like as a crutch. We gotta come to a ground where like we got.
When is it the crutch? When is it a crutch?
Never happened in the playoffs.
It's been a crutch since 2017.
Who doesn't use his injuries against him? Everybody uses his injury against him. This is why he won't be a top 15 player, a top 20 player when it's all over because he cannot play enough game. I'm a Kawhi fan. He has the talent.
Oh, really?
I think he has the talent to pass. I think he has on the talent level in their best. It's comparable between him and KD. And I think if Kawhi would have played in regular season games more and even competed for MVP, finish his career playing 60 or more games, like 3 seasons, I think his career could have been comparable to Kevin Durant's. But no, it can't be on that level now because he's missing too many games. He's missing too many regular season games. When he gets to the playoffs, stuff like this happens.
If I'm the Clippers, bro, like we gotta have like if I'm the Clippers, bro, I gotta have a serious conversation with management after this season, bro. Like because This shit is getting out of hand, bro. They bent over backwards with the low management, giving him all the time that he needed and everything, bro. Like something got to give out of this season, bro. Like
they need to trade him and PG.
Something got to give, bro. Like I
have a question,
bro.
It's just not gonna happen. It's the championship.
So-
this is their best year for it.
Yeah,
that ain't happening.
I thought the bubble was their best year,
the
bro.
reason
Like,
that Kawhi isn't as high on your
2020
all-time
was
list is because he hasn't played enough games. Does that make him a what if?
I mean, he's a what if in the sense of could he have been a top 10 player? Top 10 player. That's what it means. He could have been. He has the talent to be. Yes.
No, he don't got no top 10.
But that's the what if though. That's what I'm saying. He's one of the best two-way players of all time, but he didn't play enough games. That's what I'm saying.
Talent is definitely
Isn't
top
every
20
basketball
for
player
sure,
a two-way
but
player? It's not like they're football players.
No,
They just
every
take off
basketball
plays.
player is not a two-way player.
They play.
Allen Iverson is not a two-way player.
Led the league in steals. Come on, cooked. There you go.
Stop, Mars. Stop, Mars. Stop.
Mars, cut that out.
It's like a
Cut that
DB
shit
leading it's like a DB leading the league in picks, and you saying he's not a defender. Like, come on. Hey, y'all lock up.
What?
Stop
Lock
that.
up?
Yeah,
Lock
got
up?
it's a lot of context.
You guys
It's
just
a
hate
lot
on
of
facts. You
context
guys hate
missing.
on facts. That's all it
It's
is.
a lot of context missing, but I ain't gonna get into
Yeah, it's whatever. We are.
AI
it's
You just trolling. Y'all trolling. I get it.
It's a lot of
Y'all
context
trolling. I get it.
missing. It's a lot of context missing, but I ain't gonna get into it.
Logic is you said he would be comparable to KD. Well, KD also tore his Achilles, so you could just say if KD never tore
they're
his
both
Achilles,
comparable.
it wouldn't be a close competition. You could easily say that.
Dub, what are you doing?
How would it not be a close competition?
Do you remember how good KD was before he tore his Achilles? He was literally.
He was okay. He was like a top 75 player.
I'm not here for this.
But I'm not getting what. But I'm not understanding what you're saying.
KD lost about two years from his torn Achilles because he didn't play 1 year. He came back halfway.
Broke his foot.
But KD can't put nothing else on his career but get championships. He's not moving up unless he gets a ring. Nothing else is moving KD up on top 10.
He's like what 2019 is like 5 years. That's 5 years.
KD clears.
KD is higher right now, but Giannis doesn't have longevity.
Yeah, but Giannis isn't close to KD all the time.
He not.
Is Giannis playing? Is Giannis playing, bro, tonight? What's going on tonight? Is Giannis playing?
I think he got a DMP. I think it's DMP. I don't know yet. I think he got DMP.
We suck.
He can rest this season.
Hey man, nah. For real, I need to know everybody overall thesis about these injuries, man. Like not just Giannis, not just Kawhi, Ja Morant.
I don't think players are in shape enough to like ramp up the way
too
they
much
do.
stress on they put too much stress on their muscles. They work out too much.
No, I'm not trying to be ticket Mars, bro. I'm just.
Wait, I think they're just injuries, bro.
I think the game is just so fast paced up and down. I mean, it's only a matter of time before people's bodies give in. Like
Exactly.
if you're running up and down 3-point line to 3-point line, getting to the rim, taking all that contact, at some point your body's not gonna be able to take all of that wear and tear.
Right.
Back in the day,
And then play.
the game was
back in the day
slow.
they was more stationary. Like they
I'm
was a little
saying
bit more-
the game was slower. They had less ground they needed to cover. Like even when the game was faster in the 80s, they still didn't cover as much ground. Like the bigs would just go trot up the court to the post.
Yep.
wait for the
Set
ball,
up
get
the
the ball,
offense.
and then guess what? It's stagnant around there. Or you're not running closing out to the 3-point line. You're stopping about 18 feet. Like it's just a lot less movement that you have to do.
Yeah.
A lot less like hard cuts. Like it's just a lot less wear.
I think I think in terms of like the versatility that players have to have today, in terms like guarding or like switching and guarding 1 through 5 and stuff like that. It's a lot of stretch 5, stretch 4, like multiple players that could put the ball on the floor, and it's a lot more space to work with. And you have to be able to like cover ground, get from like corner to corner, 3-point line to 3-point line, and stuff like that defensively.
Like if you ask Kareem to just run around having to cover ground like they asked Anthony Davis to do, I promise you he would not be as.
He wouldn't play 20 years. Nah, that 20 years is done.
Like that's just not possible for a body that big.
I don't think he's 20 years. And I think Kareem moved very gracefully.
Yeah, Kareem moved well, but like that's for a body that large, you can't just be asking him to move around.
Nah, he ain't doing it. He ain't playing 20 years.
And Clay, bro, Iceman in the chat, you saying that technology is advanced, bro, but our bodies are still pretty much the same, man. Bodies are still the same. Like they still break down the same. Like people still have degenerative. Like it's not like we're robots, bro. We're not getting fucking cybernetic implants or whatever.
People have degenerative knees now, and we know what to call it. Back in the day, they just called it like a knee sprain.
That's what like Tommy John, bro, in baseball.
Sore knees. They call it.
Yeah, like they didn't look like Willis Reed's fully torn hamstring. Hamstring tightness. Like they just didn't know what it was.
They didn't.
We'll be all right.
Yeah, like that's
with everything that you said. With everything that you said, Mars, bro, like what would you say is like the total years in the NBA for Vic for Wembanyama?
Yep.
That's what I was going to same question.
I doubt you get 15 plus years from him. Like I think like
I was gonna say
so what's the ballpark?
14.
We talking like 8-10? Like
I think with the right like load management and the right training stuff, I think you can get to like 12 to 13 years.
Is that worth driving?
How many games a year do you mean like?
I think if you told the
GM
you guaranteed get 13 years of Wembanyama, they still take him number one.
I think
he's going number one regardless of what we said.
I mean,
high
as a basketball fan,
play, yeah, I'd expect like 12 years. If you want to just say years in total, he might.
I think as a basketball fan, we kind of need him to be healthy. With everything that's going on with Zion,
he's not going to be. The game has to change for him to fully sustain health like a Kareem did. Because even then,
it's not like history of being injured.
Yeah, he's had a couple like lower body injuries, but they haven't been like. He had like a fracture in his leg, but I don't think it's because of his size more than it was just like a freak.
I think with everything when I look at the first overall picks, Ben Simmons, Zion, just to name a few players, and AD done had his health issues, and I'm looking
Kyrie.
at that. I'm looking at the landscape. Yeah, Kyrie done had his health issues, but like
Anthony
I'm looking at the
Bennett
landscape.
basketball inabilities. Kyrie.
Yeah. But no. It's not because of their basketball inabilities, but I'm looking at the landscape of just health, just health all along. I think for just for being a basketball fan, Wemby gotta work out.
Hey fellas, we are hit our mark, bro. Let me read this super chat real quick. Booker playing like this because Bad Bunny took Kendal.
Still ain't gonna get him back.
That is crazy.
Kendall don't like
weren't they beefing on Instagram?
Hey, remember
Cade over Jalen Green.
Remember to like the video, y'all.
Cade over Jalen Green.
Remember to
like
that.
Jalen Green gonna all.
Remember to like the video on y'all way out. Y'all be safe. Y'all be easy.
Ant-Man clears.
Y'all, bro.
Nah, Jalen Green.
You guys just